Oh, I got lost on the way to you in an orange sky by the ocean blue. Every mile lost, my soul renewed, taken by the sunrise and the golden view. Walking slowly in the mountains underneath the constellations. Yeah, I know that you've been waiting for me. Time is losing all its meaning, like I'm living in a dream, and I've been chasing all the feelings I
Hello. Oh, it's working now. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream, boys. We got ourselves more 5v5 1v1 duels on the evening. So hopefully we'll have some fun over with the team EU. Hopefully we got some groups tonight. Oh, boys, I am excited. Last week, EU didn't get as much time to play as I would hope they would, but maybe this week it'll turn around. Hey, boys, all doing? Welcome. How we doing today? What's up? Celtic, what's up? Mr. Yed, what's up? Date Mike, commuter tab pick was fire. No cap. Glad you liked it. And Kara Stealth, how you boys all doing? Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream. I got my coffee over here. I don't think it's nearly as hot as I normally have it, but coffee is coffee either way. We just need a bit of energy to get through the exciting duels of the evening. Let's hop on EU and see how we're doing for the groups with the big expansion reveal, boys. In just a couple of days, man. In just a few days, the big expansion reveal is here. I'm so excited. I am actually really excited. This Tuesday, boys. It's gonna be kind of late over on the NA, but it should be like normal time for EU. It's like 9 a.m. Pacific daytime, which means that my time is gonna be like 12, I think. That means I gotta get up early enough. So I'll try to see if I can go to bed a little bit early that evening. If I can plan stuff out. I think what I'm gonna do for that day is I don't think I'm gonna have the stream running that early. I think I'm gonna watch it and we'll talk about it during normal stream. And I'll probably work on a video after the reveal has happened. That's likely what I'll end up doing, and I'll talk about the actual reveal on the channel. Bro, I am legit excited. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the Evoker class could be real? I put up a video this morning about the Evoker leak. I don't know if it's real, but honestly, a lot of you guys messaged me saying, yo, have you seen this Evoker thing? I had to look into it. And apparently a lot of people are excited about Evoker potentially being the next class, like a Spellblade of sorts. Just how a lot of people imagine that spec to be, or the class rather, to be some sort of like a mage and a melee hybrid of sorts, where they're able to zoom in and out of combat. Kind of like a demon hunter, but instead of like the chaos demonic fell magic, it's like arcane magic. Kind of like a rogue or a warrior. Similar to that of like a Frost Death Knight, but instead of like the magic of death, you have the magic of the arcane. Think of Khadgar if he picked up a sword. That type of thing. Kind of like a Gandalf in a way, right? Because Gandalf had a sword and a staff from the Lord of the Rings. But maybe like something more mobile, something more nimble, something a little bit cooler than that. Possibly, potentially. But boys, 5v5 1v1 on the day. Let's see how many groups we got tonight. Hopping on over the EU realms, and we'll see how we're doing this evening, boys. So the bring back items that are legit size dragon wings, not a little ones that happen down the back, like for the actual like the what looks like the encrypted items. We'll see. Maybe it'll be wings that let you legit fly. Maybe that'll be like the update. Instead of you flying in a mount, you can be the one flying. That'll be something. That'll be interesting. Cool. There we go. Dude, the duels from today is actually looking quite exciting. Jesus with a 5-man ready to go. Let's go, boys. We got ourselves groups already. Jesus with a 5-man. We just need another one over on the Team EU Alliance or Horde, and we're good to go. Let me post exactly how to join the duels. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. So if you guys are interested in joining some 5v5 1v1 duels, you guys are more than welcome to them. Jesus, already with a 5-man ready to go. We just need a second team over on the EU, and we'll be good for some 5v5 1v1 duels. How you boys all doing? Welcome back, man. Welcome back. We took a day off, what, Thursday, which is a normal day off, and it feels like I missed you guys already, man. We took one day off, and already, like, I feel so rusty. What's up, Dominic? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Yo, do we have a second group forming on EU, by the way? We need a second one, either an alliance or the Horde, boys. I got your man and Alley. Let's go. Kyle tried to put a group together over on the alliance. Happy to hear that. If you guys want to join a second group over on the alliance, head over to Player vs. Player Premier Group Custom PvP, hit that Find Group button, tap number 5 over at the top search, hit filter, and make sure you have all the languages enabled just because we have so many dudes on the EU from different regions. So if you guys want to join in with Kyle, you guys are more than welcome to over on the Alliance. Jesus has an Alliance group available and ready to go. Because it sounded cool watching those videos and that's it. I'm looking forward to your file and it's appreciated. Just have fun with it. Enjoy the leveling experience. It's the first time leveling is best time leveling. IMO. If you have any questions on how to maximize damage or gearing, we are here to help. Heavenly popping in the Discord. What's up, my guy? What's up, Dad? What's up, Alex? How you doing, man? We did 3 more slots on the lines. Grain is looking for 3 more. So I guess Kyle and Grain are probably on the same group. If you guys want to join them in their 5v5 1v1 dueling conquest, again, if you're Alliance over on the EU, head over to Player vs. Player Pre-Made Groups, Custom PvP, find a group, top number 5 over in the search, and hit enter. And you should be able to find group with Kyle and Grain when they need 3 more Alliance boys to get you guys back up in there to get ourselves another second group over for 5v5 1v1 duels. Let me also do this real quick over on that, over on this, and over on that. Let's look at this man's mount, and I'm actually got to thinking, this character is actually max level. Couldn't I do the mage tower on this thing? I wonder if I could do the mage tower on this green geared hunter. Do you think I could? I kind of want to try it. I want to see if it's possible to get the appearance in full green gear like that. I think it's totally possible too. I think marksman is definitely doable. Beastmaster is totally doable. I just need to make sure I have the right macro. Survival I think is doable too. Do you ever lag being an A and being on a new server? There's always a bit of a mess. That's the only thing that's different. Like my MS is really high, which as a caster, it's actually perfectly okay. As a caster or range class, it doesn't feel anything bad. Yo, what's up, Seaver? How you doing, my man? But as a melee, it is very, very noticeable. The MS seems, it feels like it says the numbers are a little higher than they really are. Right? I think that's the best way of putting it. The numbers on here look a little high. Like it says 167, but it doesn't feel like 167. Like it feels like there's a pretty decent well, there was a little bit of lag there. But I think that's mostly down to like my oh, now it feels like a little laggy. Yeah, the disengage felt fine. The flare felt okay. The traps on the other hand did feel like there was a delay. But maybe that's somebody else causing it. Alright, how are we doing, boys? Let me see, hold on, there. Yeah, so that feels like there's definitely delay. That's a noticeable delay from when I hit it. Disengage doesn't feel that bad, and the flare doesn't feel that bad, so it must be like a handful of abilities feel bad. That didn't feel bad. So I think there's some natural delay with traps, but you never really notice it. That didn't feel too bad either with binding shot. So it seems like some ability that felt great defensive. I popped it on and then just threw it up immediately. So I guess there is a bit of lag to certain abilities. I think it depends on the skill. I think it depends on the playstyle. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of like a wind up with the animation to the traps that has a little bit of like a laggy feel, but none of it is really super bad. It's really bad on melee though, mostly when it comes to like chase after somebody in PvP, keeping up with them, because I think I'm on top of them, but I'm not actually on top of them. Yo, 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 what's up, Christopher? How you doing, man? Hope you have a good one, my guy. How you doing, my dude? Yo, Seamark, you got yourself maybe the, this week. Are we gonna be going for like the biggest arcane mage burst possible if you get lucky procs, yeah? Because I looked at some of the bursts he did, that rogue got melted. That guy had a cloak of shadows and he was like, I'm okay, I'm alright. Touching the Magi, I just gave him that big touch, dude. The slap of the Magi, honestly. That's so good. There was so many people this week getting the tier sub bonuses. I'm excited to see what kind of like what kind of like damage setups everybody's gonna have. Imagine everybody should hit it way harder. You want more Nelly? Kyle, let's go! Yo, I need to add you on real ID. Kyle, what's your real ID? I need to have you added. If you need to add me, it is down on hashtag 1340. Wait, did I do my audio right? Hold on, chat. My audio is all kinds of scuffed. I wonder if I could fix the audio and then not have it break on stream. Because my audio sounds a little bit bassier than it's supposed to be. Hold on. Okay, does this break? Hold on, I'm gonna do something. This might break the stream. Yeah. Give it a second. Are we back? Are we good? Hopefully. I think we're good. 5? Let's go, boys! Forget the numbers, Cav. I can maybe find you. If you added me at some point, then I can maybe add you. I should be able to see ya. C-A-F-F. Cav. Call me Pink. I don't think it's you. Chat, is the audio? Oh yeah, there's Cav. Yeah, there we go, my guy. Yo, whisper me real quick. Let me also give you a note. Cav. Oh, Bagger! Oh, I just put the two together. Bagger from Duels. Let's go. Okay, names wise, I remember Bagger. I know Bagger. You got a zone 5, man? Yo, in the war group. Wait, are you in someone else's group or are you the lead? Because in the past you lead, then we can queue against Jesus real quickly. Added you before? Gotcha. Hey, we got ourselves a group, I think, boys. Do we need one more alley? Or are we 5? Because usually it said a 5v5 here. Because Yeti, I think, might be in. Yeah, potentially. I don't know who's lead. But they can maybe pass Calf lead and they can queue Calf versus Jesus. I can queue them. Hey, everyone, give us up, Corsair. How's my man? Grain, is he the lead? Hi, Beggar's with me. Okay, are you the lead? Grain, let me know if you got a 5-man. Either way, I should have Calf added anyway. Beggar shows up to these duels pretty regularly. And I like his mogs. He got some really sick mogs. Okay, another thing I need to do is... one more. Okay, turned off. Back on. Okay, now it should be good. Now the audio should play just fine when it comes to duels. Because that'd be the worst, it's just like if the audio does not play. You need one more? You still need one more. I think I had to type his name, Russian Warrior. Are you good? You good? You good? Yeah, you're good. Then you need a +1 over on the Team Alliance, boys. With Wayne for them 5 ones. No, I meant the audio low my beam. 5 out of 5 here. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. We're ready? Yeah! Let's go, boys! First duel of the day over on the Team EU. Grain and Jesus. Let's get you boys into these 5v5 1v1 duels and switch our dueling mix immediately. Some 5v5 1v1 action. Do I need to requeue? Potentially I might need to requeue you boys. Potentially I might need to requeue you guys. But that's okay. One more time. Alright. Oh, that's perfect. Actually, yeah, thank you so much for, if you're in LFG and you hit decline, it actually unqueues me and then we can cube normal. That actually helps me out tremendously, by the way. What a god. Bro, you have an incredibly voice accent. Perfect for this kind of content. True announcer status. Black, thanks so much for popping in, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Yo, I don't think so. I think you're just trying to butter my biscuits, but I appreciate it regardless. My ego loves that kind of comment. You know what I mean? Thanks so much for popping in. I hope you enjoy the duels. Hope you enjoy a little thing we do here called the 5v5 1v1 duels with the boys. It's not even about me. It's about all these boys. It's about Albedo, Residual. It's about Kioska, Jesus, Vassal. God damn, we got ourselves a team of champs over for the team 2. With a couple of new boys. Yo, let me just start the audio because I'm getting into it, dude. I'm getting into it. This song is so good, but Twitch. Can I restart this song? It is so good. I love this one. Oh my god, it's so good. We got ourselves team 1, or rather team 2 together with a full squad. We got Vassal in here. Jesus, we got ourselves Kiosk. Wait. Oh, I love the DK Mog. It is one of the best. Resistia on that Outlaw, and we got ourselves Albedo, and Resistia the Outlaw gonna be first up versus Becker as Assassination Rogue. Got a candle in his head. Hopefully he doesn't get found sporting a light like that. Tyrian over in team 1. We got ourselves a DV. We got ourselves, Deke, I guess? The big Deke, Lucifer. We got ourselves Astrai, and it's going to be Beggar versus Residual. It's going to be Assassination versus Outlaw. Both of them are Necrolord. So both of them got them bleeds. You're not going to be able to get away from one another at all. But both of them should be able to. Who's going to win this one, actually? Normally, I think Outlaw loses against Assassination. But Outlaw, with how tanky it is, it could really have a turnaround. I think if the Outlaw took its early, it's going to be lights out. But if Beggar took its early, it's also like Outlaw got quite a bit of bite to them too. Both of the rogues stalking next to one another. Can't quite find each other. And Beggar might be eyeing the eye that should be spawning sometime soon. Also, oh, Phantom Knives by Beggar. I was about to compliment on Residual's Mog, but I guess we can take a look at it now. I like that helm. I like that set. The chest piece and the helm, I think they were trying to go for like a red and white, like a red streak. And the rest of the Mog being white, but I could be wrong on that one. Gonna be Beggar trying to see if he can go for a setup. Gonna be evasion. Out of Residual being Outlaw, they could use evasion offense. That's gonna be Beggar getting super low. Cheap shot to follow. Beggar chooses a trinket. Do they have anything at all? Vanish. Not gonna go for a blinder into Residual. Residual still holding onto the Fleshcraft. Literally going through his last dance, just feeling so confident with this duel. Great opener for them. In that evasion, Beggar going for a bit of a reset. It is going to go for a cheap shot. Residual does have a trinket, does not have a blind. It's going to be Beggar's opportunity to get some damage. Going to be a quick gouge out of Residual. Trying to disrupt Beggar. Beggar going for a bit of a spikes onto the Kevin Slime. Full Vendetta onto Residual. Going to be Cloak of Shadows on Residual as they go for a trinket. Trying to Cloak of Shadows the Resident Trinket. Get a shadow to Beggar. Got a Resident Trinket of their own. Is that going to explode? It's going to explode big. Beggar super low in health. Disarm. Residual doesn't really need a weapon. That's going to be quick blind out of Beggar. Just to create a flashcraft opportunity for themselves, maybe a vanish resap or self-sap. It is going to be self-sap. Still have Vendetta rolling onto Residual. Burn through all those bleeds and poisons onto the Outlaw Rogue. Cheap shot. Residual has nothing. Does Beggar have enough damage to follow up here? Getting a shot. Does he have a shift to follow? The dots could be deadly enough. Residual could be in big trouble. Quick gouge onto Beggar. Does get himself a flashcraft off, and that single gouge should be able to recover. I think Residual tried to maybe go for a bit of a reset. Going to be a re-roll of the bones. Fate, as well as evasion back up, as this Outlaw Rogue is able to get cooldowns defensively back quicker and quicker. Quick grapple around the corner. Does get the spike onto Beggar. Should be able to deny him a reset. Is able to get those long-range auto attacks from afar. Get a shot into Beggar. No way out of it. Does Residual have enough damage? Big pistol shots to get it set up. Potentially huge damage. Potentially huge go. Gonna be a Beggar trying to go for a bit of a Phantom Knights. It's gonna be Residual catch himself a resell for a second. Disarm for disarm. But Residual still got a gun in their back jacket pocket. Quick blind to Beggar. As it goes in for, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, like a thumbs up. Maybe it's like, very cool. Blind, 1.5 minute CD, very, very cool. Another kid is shot out to Beggar, no outs for it. Does Residual have enough damage? Potentially has enough. It's gonna go through a slice and dicing. That's cheat death procs for Beggar. That cheat death might actually not be the worst choice for these duels. Not a lot of rogues really go for cheat death. But Residual does sacrifice that soul for that good luck. Who's gonna be next? It's either gonna be Lucifer in the back. Astrai potentially. Looks like it is gonna be DVD. Next up is an Arms Warrior. Interesting. Arms Warrior, Necrolord, potentially either the biggest go possible, because unlikely has a lot of ways to defend himself. Tricky for Residual as they have evasion up. Gonna be Disarm versus DVD as it goes in for a fear. Weapon gone. Has Avatar rolling. Defensive stance is up, so he's gonna reduce some of the damage he's taking, but also reduce some of the damage he's doing. Quick parry to drop that defensive stance immediately. Residual going for a grapple. Vanish away. Should have a bleed rolling on him. And DV, does he go for the eye? Looks like he doesn't. Residual is able to escape behind the pillar. Does DV have a way to reconnect? He doesn't. DV also is playing a very, very different trinket. DV is playing the Resolve trinket, which is what a caster normally runs. So DV is gonna eat a big stun every single time. First CC he eats is gonna be 20% more effective. For Residual, if they're playing deeper strat, that could be like a 9-second kidney shot. That's going to be a human racial for DV. Drop it down, Resonance Trinket. Going to be a big burst out of Residual. Actually, I think it might have been Residual's Resonance Trinket. DV was able to avoid it completely. Still sitting in defensive stance, hoping the defensive stance will give him enough of a defensive to fight the Residual. He's reducing his own damage by 20%. Only reducing the damage he takes by 10 since they nerfed it. Evasion out for Residual yet again. This guy got evasion twice against this warrior so far. Big pistols. DV got himself reflect. Oh, but you can't reflect magic. That ain't magic. Except that sacrifice, that's something about it that's cursed. Someone is definitely cursed. Astra is going to be up next, playing that Affliction Warlock, got some dots out to Residual, but still went back to set up his full gateway. Residual is going to have to find a way to deal with all those dots, as well as with a different Resonance Trinket. So this Resonance Trinket, this is other Resolve Trinket. The light yellow one, there's an orange one and a yellow one. The yellow one is, you press it, you're immune to 2 interrupts and 2 CC effects. But only 2. It's a 3-minute cooldown, but it does give you a window to basically like a Druid convoke it. Astral going for that, or Astri, go, Astral? Oh, there's an L in there. I guess we could call it Astral. Can I call you Astral? I think I'm calling you Astral. Trying to go for a bit of a setup versus Rogue, does get some kind of dots in there. It's going to be Cloak of Shadows for Resistia, as they're removing a lot of the dot damage from Astral's dots, but Astral still has a lot of bursts available. Could go for a Dark Lair setup. It's going to be a Resistia with a quick charge over to Astral, with an interrupt to follow. Fear does connect into the Rogue, going to be full UA get it set up. This opportunity for Astral to maybe go for the most amount of damage. Shadow Fury, the Rogue does not have a Cloak of Shadows anymore, could vanish out. That's going to be full dot stamped up. That's going to be a quick restyle for Resistia, at least able to dip under into stealth. Then it's going to be dots burning him through them. Astra could go maybe for a trick and get some cast off. Gouge to interrupt the cast. Astra is going to empower all of his dots. Flash cut up for Zidja, trying to do whatever they can. Since they no longer have a Cloak of Shadows, trying to see if he can survive all these dots. Astra will no longer with the wall. Does have a dark back coming back up very, very soon. Trying to get the dots rolling into Rogue. So far, the Rogue has been able to survive the full go by the Warlock. Going to be a port on top of the Rogue as they were trying to get some drains off. And Resistance used to start burning off as many compounds into finishers just to potentially get themselves some big damage out. Going to be a Resonance Trinket absorbed into the Dark Pack, which is super unfortunate. Resistance getting hit with a Fear. Going to be another set of dots. Astro going for a full setup. Blind for Resistance. Does have plenty of CC. Is dropping down health quite quickly. Facile with a Warlock Hellstone on that team, though, does give Resistance a fighting chance. So Resistance needs to wait until the next Cloak of Shadows and needs to go for as many interrupts as possible in order to get Cloak back quicker. Especially if Resistance is running that one conduit. Whenever Rogue evasions, they get evasion back quicker. Or whenever they dodge, they get evasion back quicker. Whenever they land an interrupt, they get Cloak back quicker. So the more aggressive you are with your interrupts and dodges, the better it plays for you. Getting shot onto Astra. Resistance trying to go for a bit of a setup themselves. Big pistol shots around the side. Actually just dropping that pistol damage into the dome of Astra. It's going to be a quick cast as they get themselves uninterrupted. Try to go for that uninterruptible drain. That's going to be Resistance trying to see if they can back up out of there. Not give Astra any more health. And Astra trying to go for Shadow Fury around the corner. Resistance trying to win it. Does have a Cloak of Shadows back up in case things really go bad. Astra with the Dark Back. It's going to potentially be an interrupt out of the Rogue. Does go for a vanish in between of these. Potentially interrupted here. Cloak of Shadows getting used, so Astra can't really do much with all the damage. It's going to ramp up their dots, but no more dots out of Astra. Or Resistia. So Astra does not have the damage they need. Getting pistol shots around the corner, trying to go for a big fort. Astra using Warlock Hellstone, getting interrupted on the heal. So Rod is up right now, but it's going to be Seed Pod instead. Resistia with barely any health does end up taking down the Warlock. Lucifer trying to see if they might be able to get a setup. Demonic Gateway coming down. Here they go in. Fast enough versus Resistia. They could potentially get him set up. Lucifer's playing that normal Resolve Trinket, where once you eat a CC, you become immune to the next interrupt or the next CC afterwards. That's going to be the stun to Resistia. How do you get a stun on him? Wait, the Resistia walk by and then the Radical were spinning, get the Rogue out, and then threw an axe as Resistia round the bend around the corner. That means Lucifer does not have a stun to start off with. Trying to see if he can summon down the Fellow Lord. It is going to be a knockdown, but a quick gouge for Resistia onto Lucifer just to keep him controlled. It is going to be an interrupt on the Wild Fiend, which is a fire cast spell. That means you get interrupted on fire. That's the only fire spell that Lucifer has access to. He has Demon Bolt damage or Shadow Flame damage, and as well as Shadow. So Shadow Flame, which against is fire, but that one cast of summoning that one pet, that's pure flame damage. So if you get interrupted, you're locked down on fire, which is the only cast that really locks you out of. Resistia, seeing all those dots, seeing all those damage. Tyrant, look at the backup out of there. Gonna be the Obelisk on the side. If Resistia is careful, should maybe eliminate the Obelisk. Gonna go for a little bit of a self-heal real quick. The Obelisk is still down, letting the Razgard and the Tyrant do a bit of damage. It's gonna reconnect back with Lucifer. Next stun, Mortal could be pretty bad for the Rogue. Rogue is just continuing to get some damage in. Should go for evasion against the Razgard. That is a lot of physical damage you could avoid, but it's gonna be a wall to Lucifer. Resonance Trinket Resisha drop it next to him. He's going to go for a massive explosion with the Dark Back to follow. Mortal Coil to give Lucifer a bit of a heal. If you're onto the Rogue with a Drain left to follow, Resisha has defensive coming back up very, very soon. There's going to be a lot of pets on him. Triple Demon Doggos. That's also going to be Razgar doing a lot of damage. Dark Back to Lucifer is going to get burned through. Cloak of Shadows for Resisha. Trying to keep the offensive going as the Warlock is going to go as far away as he can. Going to be quick grapple. Does he have a stun to follow? Lucifer trying to set up a Void Elf movement. But that's going to be a little bit of a drain live behind the pillar as Resisha dives into stealth with an Adrenaline Rush rolling. Lucifer dropping in the Obelisk. And Resisha could maybe go for a sap. That's going to proc his Resonant Trinket. So next Kidney Shot go he goes for is going to be immune. So he's going to have to be very, very careful with it. I guess he could sap it off, couldn't he? Pet getting sent in onto Resisha does not connect. As the Rogue goes in for an ambush, good build up for a big Kidney Shot. That's going to be Mortical into fear. The Warlock trying to maintain some semblance of control as best as he can. Going to be the Rogue charging back to him. Gouge is going to proc the Resonant Trinket, so Resisha better be very, very careful. Fleshcast, does Lucifer have a way to interrupt it? It looks like he doesn't. It's going to be Fellor joining in as Resisha dodge it. I think that was just a natural dodge just now. Lucifer trying to drop in even more pest. Tanky joining the fight. Resisha does go for a complete reset, being a Night Elf. They can't shout him out of here completely. It's going to open up into Lucifer really early. It's going to be Obelisk down. Lucifer is taking a bit of damage from Resisha, but those pets are actually doing a lot to Resisha right now. That's going to be anyone's game, and it looks like that is going to be, oh, the Rogue goes for evasion as the Axe Toss comes out from the pet, and the Axe Toss missed him as the Rogue went for evasion. The Axe just went flying past him. That is actually so good. That could have been an opportunity for the Warlock to come back, to make a return as they're in the seat pod. Stun him for a second, keep him in place. The trinket is, oh my god, lol. Yeah, that trinket is pretty nutty. Resisha going for a bit of a reset as Talarion trying to see if he can charge in versus Resisha. Was that a banner go by this Fury Warrior? Also, Talarion not a Night Fate today? Full Necrolord gamer. I like it. I like it. So many Necrolords, man. They keep nerfing Necrolord little by little, but it still is a very, very effective option, especially with that banner. Oh my god, for Warriors. If you haven't seen a Rexdroid with his Necrolord Warrior, that's a whole nother story. Talarion with a trinket, blind Boar Resisha, waited out until Talarion got a trinket out, and then he's gonna CC it for a moment. If Talarion got himself the 4-piece, by the way, that's gonna be really, really deadly. Because you could have basically Reckless's uptime constant as long as he's getting those lucky procs on Raging Blows. Disarm onto the Warrior Resisha with an evasion. Trying to be extra careful. Gonna be the fear by Talarion trying to immune and just trying to wait out that evasion. Trinket by Resisha just to get some CC set up onto Talarion. Gonna be Resonant Trinket as the Warrior does go for Enrage Regeneration. Trying to stalwart himself a little bit. Needs to get a bit of healing. Needs to thirst for that blood versus Resisha. But the Rogue does go for Reset. Does leave down a Kevin Slime though. So Talarion at least has something to get a heal off of. Gonna be a quick gouge onto Talarion. Could have Zerka raged out of it. Talarion is still in the action though. Charges back to Resisha, trying to let him go anywhere. There goes the full Recklessness. Could potentially be big damage. Talarian's got a low in health. Get a shot to follow. It's gonna be Flesh Cut for Resisha as he's trying to play more defensive. Talarion is still sitting CC and Resisha thinks, oh wait, what the? Oh no, was that like a... Was there a Battle Master's trinket or something that gave him borrowed health? Because he had all that health sitting in the stun, it's gone and out. Resisha with 1v5, 2 of them being a Night Phase Seat Pod, which doesn't count towards the kill tally, since technically the Seat Pod is the one that kills the person. But that's a 1v5 Outlaw Rogue first game of EU right there, boys. Big Outlaw Rogue Davey. That's an Necrolord super tanky too. Damn. Alright boys, let's get another one going, yeah? Let's get another 5v5 1v1 duel for the evening grain. Jesus, let me know when you guys are ready, or if someone wants to make a group over for the EU, maybe on a team horde. You guys are more than welcome to 5v5 1v1 and LFG. Pop the group back up there and get some boys in here. Let them know in the chat that you have a group, because most of the time people are looking for a group, but they don't want to start one. But as soon as someone starts it, that's it. Everybody flocks in. They flock in like seagulls. How many are we at? 70? Ooh! 69? No, not even. That was a 69 game. Resisha. Not only is it 1v5, not only is it my favorite spec outlaw, but it's also EU SL number 69. Perfect. Perfect for season 3. Fantastic. Glorious. Jesus is ready? Let me see if Grain is ready to go. Dang, but out of breath. I'm actually okay. That's freaking my god. I'm actually doing alright. Kragar! Yo! go, my boy! It's been a while! Yo, I want to see my man Cracker go. Yo, Grain, I'm gonna get you in here versus Cracker. I'm gonna get you, Cracker. You play two. Cracker, and it's not, who is in Cracker's chat? Is somebody in Cracker's stream? Can somebody relay this to Cracker? Cracker, you're playing 2 in a row. Jesus and Grain. Jesus and another team. I'm gonna have you play 2 for one after the other. Let's go, my man Cracker, dude. Yo, I'm excited. Cracker with a 4-piece of double legger. Dude, I got shivers. Look at that. Look at those goosebumps, bro. Look at that goose skin, man. I'm excited. Oh, it chirped too. Yo, let's go, boys. My man Chirp. Also in the group, we got X in here. We got ourselves a Lossy Siege. I don't know what that means. Loso Siege. I have no idea. And Suax. I think it's almost like Suka, but it's like missing a letter. Yo, boys, let's go. And Residu's back in. Yo, Residu gotta go for another 1v5 easy, right? Twitch. We got my favorite man back in here, Cracker, the boy. I think they're trying to figure out 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think he's trying to figure out, or maybe he's telling them how to do the rolls. I'm not even paying attention that much. Is that something? I don't know what it said. We got Cracker, we got ourselves haha. Except we'll call him Axe, because a lot of the English speakers will be like Axe. So we'll call him Axe. We got ourselves a Lossy in here, Loso. We got ourselves Sua. We got ourselves Chirp as well, yo. We got the boys tonight with Fassel going to be going up first versus Axe. Axe trying to see if we can ask him a question. I think it'd be hilarious if I decided to call this guy by his Russian name. So I'd be like, the monk, going to go for a big old fist of fury. Whirling dragon punch out of as he's going to go for a bit of reset, but get hit with a stun as Fassel locks him down with a fear. So we're going to call him Axe, because otherwise that'll sound really, really silly. Because it sounds like, Dal, why is he doing that fake laugh? It's so annoying. Am I right or am I right? Fassel trying to see if he can back away from Axe for a second, as Axe is going to go for the 4-brew. 3-minute cooldown being used. The way was also used. Fassel trying to make sure that he's making quite a bit of range between him and Axe as early as possible. Drain life of the Zuen. Axe trying to reposition. I think he set up a port back there too. Gonna be that stun as he's on the approach. Gonna be that slow as well. Fell Lord waiting for him. Fassel playing with a normal passive resolve trick. Gonna be a flash gun out of Axe as he gets knocked down. Is gonna go for a bit of CC. Not immunity, so he's not playing the Marilyn Soulbind. So one of what kind of Soulbind he's playing. Mortal Coil, knockdowns, Tyrant. That's a lot of damage. It's gonna be the Aegis Stricken, but that Stricken is a lot smaller than it was. That's gonna be a big port for Axe. Trying to see if he can back up out of there. But this man is still under a ton of pressure with Kevin literally spitting in his face. Demons closing in. Imps charging out. Double fell guard still on them. Axe as Axe tried to Axe on Axe as he goes in for Alexia. Pet's getting stunned up. Fassel doesn't result trigger proccing, so she'd be able to free cast if needed. Dark back. Axe not doing super good right now. Not a lot of health. The Pets is still chasing after him and it looks like Fassel. Question, is Fassel got a seer set? I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has a 2-piece by now, right? So you should have an extra Demon Dogger to send out. And those extra Demon Doggers, that's an extra bite, that's an extra chance at the Dread Bite. So it's actually kind of huge if that's what he's got going on. I don't see how many dogs he sends out, because a lot of these dogs fuse into one. Gonna be Axe as Axe drops down. Perfect positional actually as he gets hit with the CC. Still looking for that reset. Still looking to kite out the game for a little bit. Fassel swings around the corner, trying to get some damage in. Axe going in for a bit of a self-heal as he goes to a port back up top. And Fassel walks up next to him. Demon bolts flying out. Gonna be BDB down for Axe. Could potentially be big damage. Gonna be Fassel porting behind him actually. Almost like shadow stepping behind the guy. Trying to land a fear on him. Is gonna land it. Gonna go for a bit of a drain. Fassel has some cool that's going back up. Demons all recuperating from the twist, and yeah, they should be able to summon him back up very, very soon as Axe get a pinned against the corner. It's gonna be a couple of shadow bolts with a decimated bolt getting set up. Gonna be a bunch of pets set up. With the Karma to follow, Lex Sweep as Axe drop down BDB. Gonna be images as well. Fassel with the Dark Bag. That might be enough to survive them, but that's gonna be big damage on the Monk. With the Mortal Coil to follow. Fear right after. Fassel with the Aegis Stricken also gonna back up out of there completely. It's gonna be Axe dropping down a big Whirling Dragon Punch, but the images weren't anywhere near Fassel to connect. And Fassel does have someone to at least drain off of for a little bit. Zuen join in, but it's going to be immediate port for the port. And it looks like Axe, that's why you're setting up a port next to where Fassel was. That's what he's trying to do. Going to be a Fell Lord stun into a Tyrant. Going to be big damage potentially. Fassel trying to see if he can run next to the Fell Lord, but it's going to be taken down by Axe. Dropping in the big big meaty hammer with a fist into the man's face. Gonna be Resicia up next, getting hit with a disarm immediately as Axe backs up out of there, getting interrupted on the flesh cut, wasn't able to fully channel it. Gonna be the Fort Brew next as the monk is rotating through his defenses, trying to keep this rogue in play here as best as possible. Getting a shot out of Resicia, getting a shot onto Axe, does break out of it. Gonna be the result trinket, is not gonna be able to connect. Axe tried to see if he can maybe get on top of Resicia, was on top of it for a second. Gonna be the ambush out of Resicia with a gouge to follow. And Resicia is looking for a bit of a reset. Axe with a feint, Resicia with a feint, back it up out of there for a second, trying to get the pistol shots rolling. If he got himself the 4-piece tier set bonus, that's not a bad idea to get himself some pistol shots from a rage, because you build them for decom points and you build them for procs. Had to re-roll the bones inside of the killer shot, which is super unfortunate when that happens, but as you just got him. Big fist of fear out of Axe. Locked out residual of damage for a moment with the parries. Residual with a disarm, still can continue to pistol shot, but needs to find a way to get. Oh, what is this? Damn, huh? I'm sorry, what? I thought the rogue was safe. I thought the rogue was like about half his health, a little bit under that, just a little under that. I just got knocked out. He literally kicked the soul out of his body. Huh? What? You gotta be stunned by Druid playing the Necrolord Feral with a incarnation. Interesting. Gonna be that karma for Axe, trying to get some severe damage with Druid, trying to see if he can bust through the flesh cut. Is gonna get the images back up and running though, as they're unleashing their punches and kicks. And Axe is looking for a bit of a reset, trying to see if he can get away from Druidia, especially during that incarnation. That could potentially lots of damage. Got himself shackles and malediction. Not a chicken we see all that often, but it's gonna get Axe behind. Does he have enough damage to follow? Disarm is gonna be a big old bite for Druida, taking out Axe. But does it? So that Krager gets a chance to play the game. As Krager is going to have to chase after the Feral. That's going to be Ursus. Was able to get away from Ursus, then go for a leap. Banner down. So for Druid, this could be a lot of damage. It's going to be a bear from SI, trying to give himself survival instincts. It's going to be Krager with a big raging blows, able to catch up to Druid. It's going to be that Druid, however, trinkets out of it to leap towards the Druid. Druid can be in really bad trouble. Oh, I think he tried to see if he could go for a juke, but the Krager just ended up raising them axes and the mace and just clapping him down as the Druid is coming back in there. With Jesus is going to be up next. Only 2 left over for the team 2. It's going to be Jesus dropping down the big A-bomb. Krager trying to see if he might be able to get himself big damage versus this. Got himself a little bit of a cleave. Stun into Krager. Could be really bad for him. Trying to go for as much self-heal as possible. Is going to activate all the defenses in the world. Got himself a little bit of a rallying cry too, just to give himself a little bit extra health to work with. Every defense he's going to use. Just trying to see if he can back away. Letting the defense do work to Krager. Trying to stay away from the warrior as best as possible. Going to be the quick reflect for Krager. Leaping away with a flash cut while moving. It's gonna get yoinked up, but actually end up getting a juke for Jesus with no health, but the shield is doing anything. Let's keep him alive right now. Needs to recover as much health as possible. Does see himself impending victory. Looks like he does pick up some healing just now. That shield is the only thing between him and death. Oh my goodness. That was such a clutch shield. It's gonna be Chain of Ice, and Krager just, you know what? I'm just gonna take this chains. I have this ghoul next to me. I'm just gonna rampage and dismantle the thing, take it apart bit by bit, and siphon all the healing from just this battle chance that Krager has established. Of just the more he stays in the fight, the more healing he gains. Gonna be that big wreck available. It's gonna be lots of damage to Jesus. I don't know if this man is expecting all this damage. It's gonna try to get himself the Army of the Dead rolling, or potentially maybe Apocalypse. Fast Fever? No, he plays the army build. Gonna be Krager still with Reg, trying to keep the pressure rolling on Jesus. It's gonna be quick fear, but the pets are not. They're immune to the fear. Krager trying to see if he can leap away. Does he have any kind of healing at all? He needs to get whatever heal possible. The army of ghosts are just glowing at him. Oh, and Jesus does end up taking him out. The whole army. Jesus, I thought it was a 1v1. You can't bring all your homies in with you. You can't bring all those undeads with you. Lassie gonna be up next with a quick disarm versus the Death Knight. The DK did just burn through a lot of cooldowns fighting Kragar. And Lassie with a full Vendetta. I don't know if Jesus has much of a chance right now. Going to be a full setup with the Necrolord Blade. Lassie getting line of sighted actually, but Jesus, who did just dark backed earlier. So that necrotic, that health bonus, gone. All he has is a flesh cut and whatever heal he can get from the rogue. Rogue with a cloak of shadows now. Can you shout on Jesus? I think it might be over unless he has something for it. I think it's gonna be Resonant Trinket, and Lassie just trying to make sure that he gets himself a kill there, no matter what happens. With Kiosko, last one left. Krager is bought by the Kyrian Druid. Is that allowed? Wait. Is he? He does get a Was he? I didn't realize he was. I think we should, well, it gives him like a 3% versatility buff. Do you guys think a 3% versatility buff is too strong if he was buffed by the Druid? I don't know. That's not something we really get to, I guess. Oh man. I want to talk about it, but also want to kind of comment at the duel because Lassie is not doing all so hot. It was a full death chakra burning right through him. Kevin starts spinning at him. There's going to be the Raptor. Looks like he's playing fetch with that spike. And it's going to be Kioska taking out the rogue, and he's going to fucking fighting afterwards. I'm going to we'll talk about it after this one. We'll talk about it after this duel, chat. We'll let you guys decide because that's an interesting one. Gonna be full death chakra on Kioska. Stun. Does he have anything to follow? I think it might be over. Gonna be charged at the last second. He does get himself an out and potentially gonna be a heal. Yeah, it was a heal. Trick it out of Sua as he just continued to get the pressure rolling. Binding shot getting knocked literally into Guantanamo Bay. Having to run all the way back to Kioska. Try to keep the dots rolling. Gonna be a harpoon by Kioska. Could potentially go for a freezing trap onto Sua. If you want to actually got his death chakra of his own, could potentially be a big damage. Gonna be Sua trying to get bursted. It's gonna be Kioska with no health whatsoever. Oh, yeah. Once he got all the dots in there. There ain't much you can do about it. With the axe getting himself 2 kills, Krager coming in, slamming the Druid down, and Jesus taking him back. It was a bit of a back and forth after another. Let's get another group going, boys. We gotta get Krager versus Grain next. Chat, quick question. What do you guys think? So, what looks like Chirp gave the Kyrian buff to Kragar. With the Kyrian Legendary, Chirp gains 6% baseline versatility. Krager gains 3. So then Krager has like a passive 3% more versatility while dueling. Should Chirp only, like, because Chirp basically gets to choose which secondary stats they want, right? Using their Kyrian Legendary. Otherwise, it's only Mastery. Because then, otherwise they put it on themselves and they get like 150 Mastery. And when they pop the ability, they gain like 300 Mastery. Should they be able to like put it on someone else and share the buff? Kind of like how if you have a warrior, if you have a priest, if you have like a warlock, you can use warlock cookies or whatever. Or should the Kyrian druids give the buffs to themselves? What do you guys think? Because otherwise Krager played that game with 3% Versa. But like, do you think 3% Versa, it's a 1.5% less damage taken? Buffing outside of the regular class buffs is too much? You think so? I mean, it's whatever you guys want. Because we don't really ever see druids run that legendary because it doesn't give you like any value, right? Buff themselves, not a 1-in-1 that way. Da Tama Mala 1 lead, sorry. All good, Krager. All good, all good, all good, all good, all good, all good. We wait. All good, we wait. Yeah, we wait, we wait. You get your +1. Okay, okay. Okay, I think now we're good. Now we're good. Grain, Krager, I'm gonna re-queue you guys again. I'm gonna re-queue real quick. See if it works. Maybe it'll be bugged. Okay, I think it broke. Give me a sec. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Data malo buff nulo особо роли не имело. Да там мало buffнуло. It's a 3% buff, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Is 3% versatility buff big or small? Because that buff also benefits the Druid. Like the Druid will be able to gain a 6% versatility buff for their gameplay. Right? Part of that Kyrian abilities, sharing buffs and sharing bonuses. What do you guys think? Should Druids that are Kyrian only buff themselves? Or is it okay to buff somebody else? Because again, if they're a Necrolord, they get a 3% versatility buff. If they're a Night Fae, they get a 3% haste buff. If they're Venthyr, they get a 3% crit buff. So like, whoever they buff, but if they buff, let's say a Venthyr themselves, they get a 6% crit buff. Otherwise, the Legendary doesn't really have that value. Druid benefits way more from the lone buff by themselves. So the Druid would benefit a, yes, actually. I mean, it's not like, so the Druid isn't like, so the Druid isn't given Krager more damage, he's just given him a 3% damage buff. But yeah, if the Druid is playing, if he is dueling, I think they would end up buffing themselves for that 1v1, right? Because they wouldn't buff anybody else, they would just buff themselves for their own damage. But when somebody else is dueling, they're buffing them. Well, I guess I can see what you mean by it, babe. Yeah, let's keep those Kyrian buffs to themselves. Let's do that. let's do the Kyrian buffs to yourselves, because when you're dueling, you're not going to be buffing anybody else. When you're dueling, you're going to be buffing yourself anyway. So let's just put the buff on yourself. 3% is not like a game breaker either. Yeah, let's just do it like that. Yeah, Chirp. I don't know if Chirp is in chat, but Chirp, if you could just give the buff for Kyrian on yourself, because like if you're dueling, you're gonna put it on yourself anyway. You're not gonna put it on anybody else. So, you know, it's 2%. It's not that much of a bigger loss or gain, but just for the sake of like, for the sake where it doesn't feel unfair for anybody, because it doesn't make a difference anyway. Like 2% versus is gonna make very, very little difference. Well, I guess like it's 2% more dam, 1.5% less damage taken. To a certain extent, that can make some sort of difference, but like, none of these duels, I don't think. It's an interesting question actually, because on one hand, it does make a difference on like the very, very high end, but I think a lot of people really care too much about like secondary stats that much. Yeah, let's just have, if possible, Chirp to keep a buff to himself. But this is a new thing that I never really considered before, like the whole Kyrian buffs. This is something we're gonna have to figure out at some point in future, boys. Which it's gonna be. Wait, does he do it just now? Oh, sure. Put them up in yourself, man. Do it. Lost is gonna be first up versus Astral. Astrali? I want to call you Astrali. I think that's a cool name. So Rod getting set up as Lotzi, got himself full vendetta. Dots versus Dots. Australia potentially could have the biggest go versus Lotzi. Lotzi literally line deciding through the tombstone. What? It's gonna be Necrolord Bleeds getting set up. Lotzi sells a bunch of bleeds over Australia. As he's trying to see if he can go for a stun around the corner. Gonna be still Dots running down the rogue. Not Clock of Shadows just yet. This rogue gonna be in trouble. Full haste mode right now. Australia begins to set up. Gonna be Rogue with the Clock of Shadows and a Vanish. Trying to see if he can get out of there. Astral with a Dark Soul and the... what's it called? Dark Glare. Burning off all the damage with Lassie. Trying to see if he can maybe... go for it. I literally hit him with the staff as he gets hit with the Garrote. He literally can't do anything while Garrote is like just gonna beat him over the head with the staff. Gonna shot by Lassie. That's gonna be a human racial out of Strail. As he goes in for a fear. Resonant Trinket does smack the Warlock for quite a bit. Deathbolt versus the Rogue with a Drake to follow. Is the Rogue in big trouble? Does that Deathbolt do enough damage right now? That's a lot of dots rolling. If he has those dots empowered, this could be pretty bad for the Rogue. Is gonna be that blind onto Strail. And Lassie looking for the reset. He is gonna have dots getting him out, but that quick stealth shield is going to give him potentially a decent opener. It looks like he actually waited out for those dots to leave him at the very last second. Flash cut real quickly. That was going to be a short stab on Australia. Is able to get some dots on the Rogue, denying him the stealth opener. Going to be the Vendetta backup though. This Rogue got a pretty aggressive Vendetta. The more energy spends, the faster he get that Vendetta back. Going to be Australia trying to go for a bit of a port. Needs to get himself a fear. Someone goes to see, going to get a slow onto the Rogue. The Drain Electro follow catches up quite a bit of healing with that Warlock Hellstone. Trying to go for a fear onto the Rogue. Should be able to get a setup. UI's getting set up. Full dots. Soul Rot everything. And should be able to get himself quite a bit of drain. Get a shot by Lassie. Still could be a lot of pressure onto the Warlock. Does himself Dark Pack very, very soon. In just mere seconds. Needs to use it immediately. There's going to be Dark Pack last second. Fear onto the Rogue yet again as he continues to drain him as best as possible. Going to be a quick kick onto that Fear. Going to get the dots ramped up. Lassie has the dots burning on the way. Whoa. Oh, Beggar waited. Beggar saw what's happening. Beggar saw what's happening and he waited. Astral, I think the seed is going to go down. But Beggar, I like that he was like, wait, seed pod. Because either way, like Beggar, whether he's right next to the guy, whether he's in the room, that's still pretty shadow step range. I'm okay with that one. I'm alright with that one. He burned his shadow steps and he's played assassination. I think that's why he wanted to kind of like hang next to him. He wanted to make sure that while I burned his shadow step, like that's mobility. I don't know. But I like that he didn't just stop him from like, yo, you don't get that seed pod. Quick think about Beggar. That's something if you have a Night Fae on your team, you gotta be actually careful. Like, wait, is there a seed pod? I know you want to get in there immediately, but you gotta be like, was there a seed pod? Kraken getting stabbed up with all the blades rotting him down, but it's gonna activate Recklessness. Beggar trying to see if he can maybe back for his life versus Kraken. Might need a pop evasion. This is gonna be a quick vanish. Skragar waddling around with a big old flash scout. I think playing a Medi-Soul bind. That's the one that lets you move, right? Potentially. Beggar does get himself a reset. Good thing Fury Warriors don't have any kind of bleeds. Otherwise, he'd be able to get Beggar out in the open. A buff class that should play should not be allowed to cause these. I feel you, Abe. I feel you. Yeah, that is something we'll have to probably add into the rules at some point, Abe. That is something I never considered. Like earlier in the duel, we had a chirp. Actually buffing. Actually, maybe that's a great question in the comments of this video. Last duel chirp might have been buffing somebody else as they were dueling. So basically, you give that person 3% more versatility, which is like 1%, 1.5% less damage taken, 3% more damage done in PvP. Gonna be a resonant trigger coming down. Cracker trying to see if he can leap away. Bagger gonna go for the full vendetta roll going. Big evasion out for the rogue. Gonna be a quick fear by Cracker. He knows he can't really do much against the rogue who got evasion. So he needs to find a way just to CC him and just wait out that evasion for a little bit. Cracker does need to go for a little bit of health recovery. Next gonna check could be really deadly. Trinket is available in case he needs to. There goes the Trinket. Get himself that impact to victory. Rogue does not have an evasion anymore. Potentially the Cracker could re-engage. Does get to re-engage. Looking to maybe land that big execute. Bagger with the Blazer. Taking a bit of damage. Gonna be Cracker popping off a big enrage regeneration. Bagger is super low on health. Could potentially be going down blind onto Cracker. But because he trinketed earlier that kidney shot, which he had to, otherwise that man was dead. Bagger does get to go for a bit of a reset. Cracker looking to find Bagger. Does he maybe leap on top of him at random? Going for the leap. Trying to see if he can maybe chance it. Does not quite get it. It is going to have to get into maybe potentially get the eyes. I was going to say maybe a Reckless is here. Or no, Reckless is. But Zerker Rage to break out of the sap. Going to be a quick disarm by the Rogue. As the Rogue is looking to put control into this situation. Did already cheap shot Cracker? Because the next kidney shot could be very, very DR. Kidney shot is DR, but still gonna get an extra set of bleeds onto the warrior. Big Reckless is up. I think it's a proc for Cracker. Gonna be advantage for the Rogue. And a flesh scout for Cracker as he's still focusing on picking up the eye to find the Rogue. The faster he can do it, the better. While he got himself the full flesh scout to work with. But what I was gonna say is, Chirp is playing Kyrian Druid, which the legendary has this benefit where if you bind yourself to an ally, you passively give him a buff. Like versatility if it's a Necrolord, and you also get versatility buff if it's a Necrolord. Haste for Kyrian. It's going to be back up a second dead. Oh! Slam down with the raging blows. Every time I try to explain it, I just can't do it. It's going to be toxic PvP. SKRT Toxic? I'm not even sure how to say your name, but it's going to be toxic. Ooh, I like that weapon. I think with a blue mug, it looks so good. Got himself the big A-bomb limb, but Cracker is nowhere to be found. That's going to be a full A-bomb limb just going out of the window, and full A-bomb just slow it down completely. Going to be shattering throw to break through a shield. That's toxic. Get it blasted out with those raging blows back to back. As Cracker trying to see if he can mince him down, trying to see if he can tenderize him a little bit with a mace, and then chop him into tiny little bits with that big old axe. Going to be the idea out of Toxic as it goes in for Lichborn as well. Full defenses as Cracker got himself the full banner. Cracker is immune to these slows, basically immune. Cannot even slow past a certain point. Going to be a full death pack. Trinket. Oh, reflected stone back onto himself. That's going to be Cracker taking out the Death Knight, charging in versus Lucifer. I swear I'm never going to be able to get back into what I was talking about, the Kyrian Druid thing. Going to be Vel Lord dropping in. Looking to knock down Cracker, but does Blade Storm pass him? Going to be a stun by the Felguard. That's going to be Mortical to follow. Tyrant join in. Cracker fears all those demons away. He ain't dealing with none of them. Tyrant being forced way out. Cracker's actually going to go for a line to sight of that Tyrant completely. Just trying to get away from the thing as soon as possible. And Cracker looking for a bit of a reset, getting charged back at Lucifer. He does see the Obelisk. Should be able to take down the Obelisk as soon as possible. Fellord still in play. Could go for one final knockdown. Looks like he's not going to be able to do so. Lucifer trying to see if he can avoid Cracker. Got him some mobility at ports. He got gateways, everything. Trying to go for a bit of a drain versus Cracker. Just to catch up on healing. Stone onto the Warrior. Acid charges in. Full Reckless is available. That's why the Warrior needs to max out the most amount of damage wall up for Lucifer as they're trying to do whatever they can just to survive it. Gonna be a couple of Demon Bolts versus Cracker. Reflect a fear back into himself. It's gonna be Mortal Coil, I think, with a Warlock Hellstone as well, just to catch up as much healing as humanly possible. A little ghosty out here next to Lucifer telling them, hey, I got a nice little grave for you. This one is gonna put you in the ground. Unless Lucifer can maybe turn it around. That's gonna be a dark pack. Obelisk down. Stun into Cracker. Lucifer could potentially get himself a bunch of pets with an Obelisk, and that'll be a ton of damage. Lucifer getting kind of lowish on health though. Hand to go down. Drain life, just using that resolve trinket that he has in order to get himself a little bit extra healing. Quick fear onto Cracker. No Zerker Rage out of this one. Next stun could be kind of bad. Gonna be the Demon Doggers joining in. I didn't get to see if he's summoning 2 Demon Doggers or 3 Demon Doggers. I want to say it's 3. Likely has a tier set. I'd be surprised if he didn't. Border into Kragar. If anything, Lucifer definitely got that control. Stun into Kragar, got himself the Tyrant rolling in. Kragar has the Fear of Foot, the pets, as well as the Warlock is going to chase after the Warlock afterwards. Looks like the Wrathguard ignored that fear completely. I don't even know how. Going to be Reflect for Kragar. It's going to be still a bunch of damage from the Pets. Blaze Storm to keep himself immune from any more CC for a second. Lucifer super low on health. I think might be getting slammed down. Fellor joining in, trying to knock down Kragar. Kragar avoiding, and it's going to be Seed Pod. The pet is still in play. And Kragar is trying to see if he can avoid this pet as best as possible. Looks like the Fell Guard died. I think he cleaved down the Fell Guard with the Whirlwinds and the Blade Storms. The last one left sporting that team too is going to be Talrion, trying to see if he can hold the fort. Kragar with a full recklessness, looking to maybe just unleash the most. It's going to be warrior for warrior, banner for banner. It's going to potentially be the most amount of damage out of these two as they hit on that 9-minute mark. Barely any healing available. Kragar burning off his own Rejugen. So did Talrion. Both of them super low. Talrion borrowing that health with a rallying cry. Potentially could be Kragar doing the same thing. Kragar does not borrow health just yet. Maybe with a battle master, it's going to be leap for leap. As Talrion trying to see if he can break away from him. Fear Zerka raging out of it. Talrion leaping again. He got the leap for leg. He's just trying to stay as mobile as he can. Charge it back towards Kragar. Desio himself potentially impending victory. Oh, Kragar leaping in, Goomba stomping the boy. Oh my goodness, you guys look like the Alliance of the Horde version. You guys look very, very similar. You got the tabard, no shoulders, weapons, Kragar with a 4, one of them being a C-pod kill. Let's go. Wait, was it Kragar 5 potentially? Or 4? I think it was 4. I think it was 4 because I think the first one was a Rogue and the Warlock. Kragar making a return. Claiming that old warrior glory. Kragar's a beast. What's up, Poltergasm? I do, man. Yeah, he is. So, chat. Seriously, should we? Okay, chat. Okay, we really do gotta talk about it. Yo, Jesus, Grain, Kragar. Let me know if you have groups already while I ask the chat. Chat, I really need your help. Seriously, need your help. Okay. I'm gonna explain it again really quickly, just to make sure that everybody understands what I'm talking about. Because this is really important, because I'm going to update the rules for this. Druids have a Kyrian legendary. With Unity, we get a free legendary for Kyrian. That's just going to be there. For the Druid, you and your kindred spirit gain a bonus secondary stat. The stat is empowered when the Druid presses the ability. I don't think Chirp is ever like empowers another friend and then presses the ability during their cooldowns. But this is what it is. The Druids will gain a secondary stat depending on the person they bind with. If they bind with an Necrolord, they gain versatility and they give their ally half that. So 3% versa. Venthyr, you gain a crit and they gain a bit of crit. Night Fae, you get haste, they get a little bit of haste. Kyrian, you get mastery, which is not the greatest stat, and they get mastery, which was whatever it is. So, looks like Chirp was binding somebody. Yo, any ally? Yo, we actually do have 2 attacks, so you gotta get in here, my guy. We got Kragar in here. Ready, by the way? Toke, ja I Sigral, Sostav, Tot, że. Toke, ja I Sigral. Okay. I think we'll get Jesus versus Kragar. I think we'll do them. Just to get him back in here. And Grain, if you got any people leaving, pick up Tagsy. Because you and Tagsy and them boys will probably pop off tonight. It's gonna be great. So Druids basically like when the Druid shares that buff with someone else, they get a passive like 3% of whatever the secondary stat is. Should they be allowed? Because certain buffs are allowed to be shared, like in duels. Like warrior buff, priest buff, and like it's part of that Kyrian Druid gameplay. They're not playing, I highly doubt that Chirp is playing a Kyrian Druid just to be like a buff bot. I highly doubt that Chirp is actually playing Kyrian because Kyrian is the better playstyle. Kyrian is very, very strong for Druids. But like it's a benefit though too, right? Should they be allowed to share a buff or no? In a 1v1, because this is 5v5 1v1. Certain things are shareable. Should they be allowed to or no, boys? What's up, all? How you doing? What's up, Altum? Because Fisker says it's 1v1, you shouldn't have to. A buff class he has to choose to play should not be allowed because it would feel, yeah. So it's one thing, it's like, wait, it feels like they're buffing him. Duels moral journey bit. Yo, Mavali, let's go. Let's go, boys. EU duels are popping off tonight. Hell yeah. Oh god, I gotta remember which one of these is first, second, or third. Oh god. Alright, switch. Oh! Wait, hold on. Crom was just on a big season 3 Gladiator mount, wasn't he? Wait. Druia, can you back up out so Crom can mount up on that thing? I've barely seen these things around. I want to see that thing close up and personal. Gonna be big stun. Druid might be in big trouble. Gonna be that full survival instinct. Trying to survive the damage out of this unholy death knight. What is even going on? Why is Crom doing this much damage? Got himself the grippy hand. That's gonna be the pet. Rooted way out far. Crom still chasing. He doesn't need no pets. He doesn't need no ghouls. He's scary by himself. Oh my goodness. Gonna be that frenzied regen with the thorns. Crom looking for that druid. What is this toy you got going on? This man is literally looking like the shadow of death incarnate. Getting hit with a maim. Gonna be IBF immediately. Just burning through all his defenses just to see if he can stay on Druid as best as possible. Stun. Does he have any big go? His pets is continuously getting rooted. I don't know if that's exactly what he wants to happen. Maybe for Druid, that is maybe a big denial of damage for Crom. I have no idea, to be honest. Barksing up for Druid. Crom chilling behind the pillar. Does get a chain of ice into the Druid. Gonna be a pet getting empowered. Trinket as the main comes down. Does he have himself a big go potential versus Druid? He's trying to see if he can blast right through him. Gonna be Druid with the Ursul's trying to keep the Death Knight and the pet at bay. But eventually the Death Knight should be able to get the pet and Druid in the same place. I think the pet does quite a lot of damage. Gonna be Druid taking a little bit of damage. Is that potentially a Soul Reaper trying to get himself a bit of a heal? And it looks like Druid is going to have to go for a bit of a reset, maybe a flash cut behind the pillar. Crom so far has been really aggressive with Druid, as Druid is completely out of mana. How did you get out of mana? Are you just healing yourself the whole time? Is that what's going on? I've literally seen Druid out of mana like that before. Gonna be Druid going for a trick at main onto Crom. I think gonna go for a full tackle. Gonna be a pet stun though, as Crom gone. Is CC'd, but his pet knows exactly what to do. The pet and him are linked. They're connected. Druid under a ton of pressure. Fleshcraft can interrupt it, so it's going to be quite a lot of recovery for the Druid, which is exactly what they need. Versus this aggressive Death Knight. Crom empowering his pet, trying to get some damage versus the Druid. Thorns are up right now. Gonna be the grippy hand. Does Druid have the defenses they need? Does not have survival instincts. Does have the bark skin to give himself a little bit of survivability. Gonna be the mages of the dead joining in, or maybe just another random pet joining in. Druid under a ton of pressure, trying to go for a big Swiftman. Does get himself a little bit of healing. Crom continues to get damage blasted on the Druid. No longer the pet is empowered. Stun onto the Druid. Does Crom have enough damage here? He finally has the Druid in place. The Druid's been running this whole time. Gonna be Ursul's with the route to follow. This is gonna be Druid trying to go for a bit of a reset. And it looks like Druid is playing like a very self-heal, Swiftman oriented build. I wouldn't be surprised if he's playing like a Swiftman Legendary, which is a Restoration Druid Legendary that some Druids run. Boomies and apparently rest of Druids run there quite a lot. Gonna be a slow onto Druid, trying to get more pets in, trying to get the big damage out. Thorns. So far, it looks like Crom is just waiting until maybe he gets some grippy hand back up. We just need to keep Druid in place and out in the open. Maim by Druid, but every time Druid pokes out versus Crom, they're not going in for damage themselves. It's more like playing very defensive, trying to keep themselves hotted up. Gonna be the pet empowered. No more tricking by the Death Knight. Does go for a stun on Druid. No trick available. Does have a survival instinct. Gonna be a stun right after with a frenzied region to follow. Potentially gonna be Incarn just to catch himself a re-stealth using Incarnation defensively. Is this where maybe they're potentially gonna go aggressive? Gonna be the pet empowered, doing quite a bit of damage. Druid again with the Ursul's trying to keep this Death Knight away from him as best as they can. Eventually, Druid is gonna have to focus on damage. Looks like they're gonna try to put some damage into that pet. Crom trying to give him a better target. Chain of ice into the Druid who just continue to spam Moonfires out. This is a very interesting duel, by the way. So far, this has been really interesting. Druid tried to go for a Shackle Malediction. Didn't quite do enough here, or didn't quite land onto Crom. It takes a little bit of a cast. Camberline decided, but once you start the cast, it gives them cooldown immediately. So it's not like you get a refund on it. Druid, I think, might have a lot of those festering wounds built up on him. For Crom, this could be the next big apocalypse. And that's going to be a trick available for Druid in case things go rough. Stun while in bear form, choosing to trick it out of it. Gonna be full grippy hand. Druid again using the boxes to just kind of kite around the Death Knight. But it's actually gonna stand up next to him for a second. I don't know what they were trying to do. Full survival instincts to regrow to follow. Druid, maybe they have a Fleshcraft available. Next to for Crom could potentially trigger a Fleshcraft. Druid is actually under a ton of pressure. Does go for the root onto the pet as well as the Death Knight. There goes the Fleshcraft. The Death Knight can't really stop it. And Druid, that's exactly what they were trying to go for. Some kind of a CC reset, get himself a full flash cut to maybe get a recovery. So far, the survivability has been fantastic for the Druid, but Crom definitely needs to find a way to fight the Druid away from the boxes. IBF try to break out of that stun immediately. Druid again going back to that catch scratch post, get back in the boxes. Cats and boxes, man. You can buy them like a real nice, like, nice stuff, nice home, nice bed. Cats are just like, nah, I'll take a box. Yeah, I know you made me like, I know you got me this toy, but this box is far more interesting. Basically, it's like Crom is like, here, I got this little dark transformation for you to play with. He's like, you know what? I find this box more interesting. I got this A-bomb limb for you. Nah, I want this box. Maybe the Druid pokes out, try to get in, does get the skull bash as Crom finally found a way to lure the cat out. Maybe you should use catnip at some point. Fleshcraft, A-bomb limb, none of this stuff really works. Druid is just trying to stay behind the pillar. No ticket for the Druid for a while though. Thorns is up, so it's gonna slow down Crom quite a bit. Continuing to root the pet as much as possible. Stun of the Druid, potentially could be a big go for Crom. Does he have himself a big go? Druid does get a frenzied regen in between all that stun. I think might have been an emergency frenzied regen. Chain of Ice onto Druid, maybe potentially a pet stun in case Druid tries to go for a cast. As they're trying to maybe get something set up. Back in cat from at least able to generate calm points. Maybe could finally have a go versus the Death Knight. So far, this Druid, man, literally 6 minutes? Wait a second. This Druid has not been running around boxing for 6 minutes. I'm just realizing it now. 10% dampener? Wait a second. At some point, this has got to stop. Druid continued to go behind the pillar with a bear form. Well, they better win this one, right? They better win this one in the end of it. Going to be Crom with the Ursos, I think, going to be yoing back in. Actually, no, not going to get yoing back in. Druid with an incarnation, going to be Crom with a big defense. Going to be a stun of Druid. It's going to be better around the corner. Still more Ursos. Try to slow him down. Maim. Stun actually with a rake onto Crom as he does himself that death pack. Druid around the corner. Again, no more mana at all. Does go for another Frenzied Regen. I believe maybe emergency healing Frenzied Regen. Crom does drop down a little bit of a, what is it called? Anti-magic zone. It looks like Crom might just have to resummon a brand new pet. It's really trying to go for a bit of a reset. Crom, you don't get the pet, you get the feral back in. Chain of Ice to follow. Crom just sees another big go versus Druid. I think he might have it. I think Druid's maybe just trying to go for the big dot gameplay here. Crom hit with a maim. It's going to be IBF for the last second. Does at least have some death strikes for the Kevin Slime. He's going to sacrifice his pet super far away. Feral scrapped out for Druid. Not much Crom can really do. Dropping down Death of Decay, at least denying the Feral a reset. That's going to be the Aegis Stricken together with not an AMS, but something else. Spell Warden? That's a massive shield from Spell Warden, by the way. Or maybe it looks bigger with the Aegis. Stun to Druid as the pet is empowered. Gonna be the full swarm in. And Druid with the survival instincts, looking to maybe get defensive, but also slightly aggressive. Flesh cut up for Crom, looking for that recovery. Ursos is gonna keep him in place, and looks like Crom is just gonna use that Kevin Slime. Just generate some resources. Druid again with a full reset. Crom trying to see if he maybe get the Druid out. Death and Decay doesn't connect. It does connect. And the pet is chasing after Druid. I think he has himself maybe a mass root ready any time. Most likely. I think he's going to just mass root and go for a reset there, isn't he? 8 minutes into this duel. This Death Knight has survived for quite a while. I got to give him some credit. I mean, I guess Druid is not really being super aggressive. So I guess the Death Knight does get a lot of healing out of it, since Druid is mostly just playing defensive. But this Death Knight, normally Death Knights, and there goes that root. Just like I said. Is Druid just trying to run the clock? I feel like at this point, maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're like, you know what? I can't. I want to wait. I'm not waiting for cooldowns here versus Druid. I'm just waiting until Crom loses his patience buff. Once he runs out of his patience buff and leaves, that's how we win. But Druid is still doing whatever they can. You gotta give him some gusto. Try to stay in this duel as much as possible. Gonna be the pet fully empowered. Druid kind of low on health. Gonna be big swift man. Druid is still very, very low. Try to see if he can leap away. No, you don't die right here, do you? There's no way. Got himself a bunch of dots. Trying to go for a big heal. Kevin Slime next to them. Is that their Kevin Slime or is that the Death Knight's Kevin? Druid unable to catch himself proper reset. Back at the bear form. Gonna be Crom just going for as much range damage as possible. Druid, I don't think any more dots anymore, but that's going to be a pet trying to swing around the corner. Does the pet get to reconnect? The pet needs a leap right now. Druid trying to go for a full reset. Looks like they got himself a Shadow Melt and a reset. I think Crom more or less knows who's at. No, he doesn't. Oh no. Oh no. 9 minutes. This man's been running for 9 minutes. You kidding me, Blizzard? Oh my goodness. Next patch will be, but it's basically saying, wait, what? Isn't there one you could lower the pillar? Yeah, next patch. Yeah, 925 was going to be adding a new arena. The Zereth Mortis arena. Except you don't actually ever lose pillars, but they'll go down and new pillars will come up back up if you touch the button in the middle. But they change from like big pillars to like a pillar with a crease and like really tiny pillars in the middle. Yeah, that one, Poltergasm. Crom with yet another IBF, trying to get some damage on Druid. No tricking by the Druid, does get Unersals, no SI this time. Crom yoinking him back in. Does he have anything to follow? Trying to stay ahead of the Druid as best as possible. Does he have another grip? It's gonna be Druid walking on Death and Decay. Lots of dots. Pets still empowered. More pets joining him. Does he have yet another grip? Or maybe a grippy hand at all? Trying to slow down Druid as much as possible. Stun around the corner. Does it stay on him as well? It's gonna be Incarnation out for Druid. Do they have a potentially a prowl? Druid around the corner. Can I get around actually? Could be it. Oh man! That was a long duel, boys. Running for 9 minutes. 10? That was a long one. I feel bad for Cromgon. I mean, the Druid really wanted to win, so you gotta give him credit. And you know what? In some cases, players just need to do whatever they can in order to win a duel. But like, usually in the end, usually it has a payoff. There was just Crom trying to see if he can play, trying to see if he can beat the Pharaoh on mobility. You saw the man change strategy. He's literally running where he knows the Pharaoh's gonna go. He's literally almost running ahead of the Pharaoh in some way. Crom out to fight versus Facile now. Using the death back to get himself a little bit more health. AMS up in case things really go bad. Potentially could be big damage for Crom. Facile seeing the pet get empowered. Big A-bomb. It's actually a huge extra red. I think Crom is just angry at this point. And so is his A-bomb. Just clawing through Facile. Wall is up. Mortal into Crom with a fear to follow. And a go down's getting set up for Facile. But it's just getting absolute rampage by the pet. Crom yoinking Facile back over to him. Trying to see if he can cut him down. Facile trying to see if he can back up out of there. But I think it's over. One more hit. And I think it's done. Death coil. Secures the dash onto the Warlock. Kyasko up next, lobbing him grenades versus Crom as he goes for Flushka. Gonna be able to swing around with the disengage and a quick harpoon muzzle. Does get through the shield pretty quickly. Stun into Crom, has IBF and cooldown's come back very soon, but I don't think he's got much to work with. Maybe one more death streak potentially, but Crom is just at no health whatsoever. I think it might be over at 44% dampening. Does that can only do so much and does get taken down. Kyasko walking to DK as he got not much going on at that point. It is rough for sure. Sherp gonna be up next, playing that Kyrian Boomy, trying to stay ahead of Kyasko. Oh, dropping down. Hopefully it doesn't mess up his burst. Trying to go for big star surges. Gonna trick it out of it. Is Kyasko still in trouble? More star surges to follow. Big damage out of Sherp. Just going for the most instant cast ever. Trying to see if he can sprint after Kyasko. It's gonna be charged up, slowing him down. Let's get him some full incarnation. Kyrian Druid apparently is really spooky. Kyrian Boomy in particular with incarnation apparently is really spooky. Every minute, massive burst. Oh my god. Chirp is gonna have to go for a bit of a reset though versus Kyasko. Kyasko, ooh, getting hit with the thrash. Chirp is really quick on that bear form or cat form thrash just to get the bleeds out to Kyasko. That's really good. Chirp continuing to get the damage and stun. Comes to Barsk, gonna be friends with regen as he gets really low. Kyasko with massive explosions. Ooh. Taking him out. That was a tough one. I feel like if dampening wasn't super high, I think Sharp would have lived that go. And I think maybe that's what he was relying on. I don't know. He didn't even have a trinket by then, so not much you can really do about it. Kyasko does get hit with a bit of damage from Suwa. I don't really know how to say his name. It's like Suwa. H is pronounced. But it's going to be a Harpoon versus Kyasko with a Death Tracker. There it is. Taking him out. Who's up next? We also still have Jesus and Resistia. And it looks like Resistia is going to be up versus Suwa. Going for that ambush. Suwa trying to see if he can back up out of there. Going to be grapple hooked by the rogue. Suwa trying to go for a bit of a feint. Removing some of the dots from Resistia. But I think the kidney shot is going to have him gone. Potentially, big pistol shot, possibly. I think it might be over. Yep, there it goes. We're so high to dampening any bit of burst. It's killer. Loixia going to be up next, disarmed by Resistia. Does go for a trinket for it though. And Resistia is going to go into a Cloak of Shadows as the Vendetta is rolling on him, trying to reduce some of the magic damage he's taken, poison damage in particular, but the bleeds are going to go through. Vanish by Resistia. Loixia should be able to see him either way. That's going to be Resistia trying to see if he can back up out of the cheap shot. And that's going to be a very DR. Resistia, I think, trying to go for a Shadow Mill for a second, get a shot onto Loixia as he goes in for a full defensive flash cap, just trying to see if he can survive the burst. It's going to be a Resonance Trinket. Evasion, but Loixia is going to be able to walk out of there. Resistia trying to keep the bleeds and dots rolling, is going to keep himself in combat with the Slime Pad. It looks like Loixia is going to go for a complete possible reset. Sprinting after Resistia. If maybe he's able to. Could be a sap for sap. Phantom Knights does get them both out into combat. Getting shot out to Resistia could be pretty deadly. Loixia, if he has himself for a shiv, that's going to be Resonating Trinket. I think Resistia might be in big trouble unless they had something for it. I think it's over. Once you get the dots in, it's done for. Jesus dropping down the A-bomb is going to get hit with a blind, but the pet should be able to catch up to the rogue. One of the pets leaping after him. Still dots rolling on Loixia. Might be able to get himself a proper reset. but the dots I think should still get him out. Jesus dropping down death again, does end up clipping the rogue shadow step, and he does go for a candy before Jesus goes off behind, goes off the ledge. It's gonna be a trinket. Human racial allowed Jesus to yoink back the rogue next to him, empowering the pet, stun around the corner, and I think for Lois it might be over. Lois got himself vendetta, just drop it down to Jesus. Is gonna get the death to back up out of there. He's kind of letting the pets finish off this rogue though. That pet just does all the damage for you. That's crazy. But it's gonna be a Kraga, last one left, 15 minutes, 64% dampener, 0 healing, big banner up. Jesus, does he have every defense to live through? Does get himself the Aegis trinket, but it's gonna be no magic damage on a Kragar. Nothing magical about that. It's just pure raw chat straight. The Jesus is gonna get clobbered as Kyrian doesn't have taken him out. Man, that was a long duel. Crom, hell of a game. Burned 2.1 million damage into the Pharaoh alone. That is crazy. Well, no, actually Facile too. And a little bit into the Hunter, just a little bit. But that was crazy. That Pharaoh lived for so long, 10 whole minutes. Eventually Dampening caught up and the DK decided to be faster than Pharaoh. Faster than Speeding Bullet. That's nuts. Let's get another going. Let me know if you guys got groups. I gotta save all these duels, by the way. My god, I'm on the backlog right now. We get through so many of these though. I'm loving it. Love to see Destro Warlock, high burst, DPS, with affliction, super high survivability. Yeah, I'd like to see that too. I don't know if we don't have any Warlocks in these groups, unless Grain maybe got tags in here, and then we can see at least one of those. It is a good world, Enigma Arena. You're right, it says there's a switch in the middle. Yeah, you actually can check it out. You can actually try this arena over on PTR at Alcatum. We'll play that arena once Blizzard adds some sort of a big PTR update. Right now, PTR is down though. Jesus and Grain already. We could get Jesus and Grain against one another. We could give this to a go. Wait, wasn't Jesus with the Feral Druid on his team? I mean, I guess we could give it a go, but that Feral Druid. That's the Abumi. Yeah, I want Chirp to get another chance to play too. I definitely want to give Chirp another chance to play. 71. Let me get through this backlog, boys, and we'll get oh, Grain with 3 Warlocks? Yo, okay, Jesus and Grain. 3 Warlocks. With 3 different specs, let's go. I like it. Hell yeah. We're ready? Kragar, I'll get you in right after. I'll get Kragar in versus Grain right after. Grain, keep your group of Warlocks. I want to have Kragar face them as well. Somebody tell Kragar that his group is next. Somebody tell Kragar his group is next. Please, if anybody is watching Kragar stream or you're on there, be like, Kragar, твоя команда после этого дуэля. Будет Jesus и Grain, потом Grain тебя. Or probably should have said it in English, but it's going to be Jesus versus Grain and then Grain versus you. If anybody's over there. Actually, I'll tell him, your team next. After this one. Here we go. I'll just whisper him right now. Just because I have him here. So that's Kragar hits me without Russian. I'm like trying to figure out how to like write and roll in Russian. But Kragar actually knows quite a bit of English. So I can actually like simple sentences like this I could roll with. With Arhi, I always have to go in Russian because he barely speaks English. He tries his very, very best. But with him, I always have to. I'm still in the backlog. Jesus. Backlog central, boys. Switch. Fake Taxi makes a return as an Affliction Warlock. We actually got a triple Warlock team over on Team 1. We got Australia over as Affliction as well. And Lucifer's a Demonology. You know, do Warlocks even play differently anymore? Normally we're like, you know what, you can't have a 3 of the same class. Except for Warlocks, because people like seeing Demonology, Destruction, Affliction. And sometimes they play differently. But do they play differently anymore? Isn't it basically the same playstyle of put dots or pets or chaos bolts into their faces? And then AFK out with all the... I gotta rethink that at some point. Maybe we'll limit back to like only 2 Warlocks per team in the future. Depending on how this team goes. Witcher is gonna be next. Wait, do you look... Oh, if only he looked like Garrett. If only he looked like Witcher, man. If only he looked like Geralt. My goodness, I almost called him Garrett, so I stopped myself there. I was like, wait a second, I played the game, so how am I getting that wrong? Witcher is gonna get dotted up though. With Taxi backing up out of the drain. I think this warrior just might die to the dots. Try to go for Rage Gen, Flesh Cut, Taxi, unless he can get an interrupt around the corner. It's gonna be quick charge by Witcher. Is gonna be able to get himself a quick Bloodthirst in there. I say no to Warlocks. They sort of play differently. One gives everyone COVID, and the other sends a zoo at you. Well, there's only one more with the Warlock bolts, but I guess so. Yeah, maybe in the future we'll be like, you know what? 3 Warlocks, they play very similarly nowadays. So let's keep it down to 2. We'll let this game play because I missed Tags and we didn't see him last week whatsoever. Preferential streamer treatment, am I right? Reflect up for Witcher, looks at Tagsy, is going to get some sort of dot back on himself, ramping up with his dots, Soul Rod to follow, potentially big damage, looks like the warrior is going to back up out of there, all those dots are rolling, that's going to be the Dark Layer empowering all those dots, wait, Witcher is just melting back here, the Dark Layer empowered all those dots unless the Dark Layer walks over, I think this man is dead. This is Affliction Warlock gameplay, boys! You know? I don't think Affliction Warlocks could do that last expansion. So I kind of missed this. Because that's what Warlocks used to be able to do. Put dots on you and you would just try to deny those dots in the first place. It was like with Warlocks Destro, don't let him cast bolt. Warlocks with Demonology, don't let him summon big pets. With Affliction, don't let him put a dot on you to begin with. So you wanted to trinket early. You wanted to be a lot aggressive with how you play defensive in CC. Crazy. What's up, G.I. to my man? Melted that guy. Fast gonna be up next. Trying to go for a flush, gonna be neutral, but tags him, but the axe toss comes down, axing him down. Fast potentially could drop down a Fell Lord on him. Looks like actually no, he was interrupted, so you couldn't do any of those things. How long does a Warlock interrupt last? Like 8 seconds? No, he is playing the result chicken, so I think that interrupt does last longer. I think the result chicken makes that interrupt last longer. It's going to be Mordecai almost sent to Tagsy, but he was able to immune it, I guess, with his own result check. You're going to get the dots on all these pets. That's going to be a big drain since he's able to put addons on all these pet playstyles. Banish onto that Tyrant, second stun by the Wrath Guard. After the first stun with the Fell Guard, the Summon Fell Guard. Fast will continue to blast out at Tagsy. Tagsy with the Dark Pact has himself a full setup. It's going to be UA getting set up, potentially the biggest dot damage. Soul Rod onto Fassel, does get himself full haze buff, hoping for that Dark Glare. If you can get the Dark Glare to proc anytime now, Dark Glare's up, is going to empower that Dark Glare. Fassel is just going to start eating that pain back there. Good wallet, could maybe flash cut. I don't know what he's got going working over there, but he's got all those dots running him down. Does get the Necrolord Slime Shield to protect him for just a mere second. As Tagsy pokes out around the corner, going to be a Mordecai sending him out. Mordecai lasts for quite a while with that result trinket on, yeah. Decimated Bolt getting loaded up. That's going to be a full interrupt. Looks like it is a very long interrupt with the Fassel. The result trinket does really make you get punished for like the first interrupt or the first stun. Really punishes you. But it's going to be Fassel. Still got a lone health. Mordecai again instead. Oh. Mordecai. Wall getting set up. Obelisk down. Has the dots finally fall off of him. And that's going to be his pets rotted down. Fassel is just trying to see if he can get out of there. Oh no. Pet isn't rotted. Oh, now it is. I was going to say it's just a matter of time. I think it might be lights out for Fassel unless he has a Mordecai. Looks like he got some kind of dot on him. I think it's over. Wait a second. No, it is. No. Ah. Okay, that just feels like cheating at this point. You literally put dots on him, chase it after you, and you just melt to the dots. What can you do in that situation? Mordecai? Oh, Mordecai. Everything is a Mordecai, dude. I'm literally calling everything is a Mordecai. A-bomb limb for Jesus, but I poured out for tags. He's trying to get some dots on these pets. He's going to go for a gateway, trying to maximize range versus the Death Knight. The Digger is going to back up over there. Possibly get himself flesh cut, but he's just going to let the pets do all the work back there. And the pets are doing quite a bit of damage to Tagsy. The A-bomb transformed. That's going to be, oh, the main pet Dark transformed, the Ghoul. I guess it transforms into an abomination, but then there's also a big abomination. Can we just call them both abominations? Because they're both like big, right? One is muscular, the other looks like, well, if a Kyrian became like an undead. Stun around the corner. Jesus is going to go for the human racial. Dots are rolling on him. Does have the Aegis trinket, so that's going to help him survive stuff a little bit better. Going to be an interrupt by Tagsy around the corner versus Jesus as he's trying to get himself a flash cut rolling. And Tagsy loading him full of dots, but it's going to be a big go. That's going to be juke with that kick. Wait, AMS. Tagsy needs to wait out the AMS. And then try to do the damage inside of that kick. Try to go for the full soul rod. It's going to get the pest dotted up. It's going to be death blow to Jesus. Potential lots of damage. Dark glare with oh my god. My goodness. Does this man get his tear sword or something? I don't understand. Oh my god. Jesus. And it's going to be swapping out the pet for Kiosco. Actually going to go for the Succubus playstyle. I think he's just going to go for the Succubus whenever Kiosco goes in for big CC. He just wants to have a way to deal with him for a second, but he's going to eventually sacrifice the pet. Stun into Tagsy. Does himself a Dark Pact. Could potentially be the pet going for that Succubus CC as Kiosco engages. Tagsy might need to back up out of there completely. That's going to be a port. Kioska looking to chase after him as best as possible. Got himself the tar trap on the pets. Drained by Tagsy. Needs to make sure there's a dot on Kioska and the pet at all times. For Tagsy, this might be the hardest matchup because survival hunters can just remove those dots off them without any issues, just with a single feint death. And maybe that's what Tagsy is playing with the Incubus pet. Maybe that's what he swapped. So he has always something that can keep Kioska in combat. They can keep damage on Kioska even when the dots fall off. And that's maybe the plan. Maybe that's the idea. As the pet is getting around the corner, freezing trap on the pet. Kioska potentially looking for a reset. Swapping out to another pet. It's a hippo. He swapped out to a big old hippo. Why does that thing look so cute? What is that? Is that thing from WoD? Must be. Mortal Call into Kioska. Getting hit with a UA. Is that going to be still pet CC? No, it's still going to be a pet swinging around the corner for Kioska with that Incubus trying to do the best it can. This is going to put a slow into Kioska and eventually make Kioska take more damage from the Incubus. Quick, Shadow Mode for, or Camo for Kioska, but it's unable to really get a lot of healing since Kioska Tagsy is making sure. I'm getting those two names wrong, Kioska and Tagsy. I'm changing them as if they're the same person. But, I mean, they're both dot-oriented and both human females. So, I mean, in a way, if that's all I need to basically be like, yep, same class, same person. Gonna be quick muzzle to Tagsy. He's trying to go for a bit of a fear. Kioska continue to put the pressure on him. It's going to be a resolve trick and letting Tagsy get a bit of casting. Kioska drop it down and freezing trap onto Tagsy just to get a stun. Going to be human Rachel. But Tagsy finally getting full dots into Kioska. Does he have the biggest go possible? Death ball to Kioska. Flash cap does not have a feint death. That's going to be pet empowered. Kioska needs a feint death immediately. Those archers just rampaging right through him. Drain left to follow. Does get himself a feint death the last second, but it's low health. That's going to be a freezing trap as Tagsy goes to port on top of it. The pet should probably swing around the corner. Maybe get Kioska back into combat. There goes the Incubus. The Dark Blade joins in as well. Looks like it's got a dot is up on the Kioska. Definitely needs to go feint death. I think maybe Tagsy has him here. Feint death for a second. Removing dots the last second. Tagsy just gets some sort of dots on him. And it's going to set Kioska over the edge. Drain. Does he get him right here? I think it's going to be over. Potentially one more hit. One more tick. Oh, and does take him out last time. Tagsy played against Survival Hunter. It was basically impossible. Residual going to be up next, swinging around towards Tagsy. Is Tagsy going for a 1v5? Result trinket going to be the Succubus Incubus CC. It's just like, oh, I like the new Incubus model. Look at that. Huh. Interesting. Mortal Call against Senator Residual trying to get the rogue away. Gonna be the sacrifice of the pet. Residual going for a massive grapple over towards Tagsy. Honestly, for Tagsy versus Rogue, might not be a bad idea to play the Void Walker and sacrifice that. Actually, as the rogue goes for a Shadow Meld, that's going to be the Incubus set up in order to get that Incubus CC onto Residual. I think he's trying to get him set up here. That's going to be Kidney Shot. It's going to result Trinket stop on him. Residual, though, getting Incubus seduced. Trinket's out of it just to get a big pistol shot versus Tagsy. Tagsy should have some cooldowns coming back up hopefully soon. Drain, as he's just uninterruptible. Going to be full dots getting set up onto Residual as he goes in for Shadow Meld. Dark backed up for Tagsy. Tagsy could potentially go for big damage. Next, Mortal Call with full pets could potentially be very deadly. Needs to make sure there's a UA on Residual. Definitely needs to have some sort of CC onto the rogue. There goes the Drain live with a Mortal Call, trying to get the full set of dots. Potentially could be the big go. Fake Tagsy just trying to get all the dots in the world. Soul Rod, the rogue can't really reconnect. He has a Cloak of Shadows, so he knows the rogue has himself a big go. Big Drain onto Residual. Does not cloak just yet. The Dark Blade getting used. Does it force the rogue's Cloak of Shadows? It doesn't. Residual trying to see if they can death charge over towards Fake Tagsy. Getting a shot to follow. Could potentially be a Succubus CC, but Tagsy just letting it stay. Residual not using a cloak for a while. Vanished, but still dotted up. Could potentially be in a bad spot. Might want a cloak right now. Cloak at the very last second. Oh no. Does the Incubus get over here fast enough? I'm looking around. Incubus? Oh, someone's swinging around the corner. That's find the rogue. How does it find the rogue? He's stealth just now. Blind on Tagsy, but that Incubus is not gonna let you go anywhere. But that's slow. At least you can build comp points on that thing. Still in a deadly situation. You have a dot on you somehow. And Incubus, I think, tried to get a seduce on you, so that was an interrupt. Big Tagsy has a resolve streak and Mortal Call into the rogue. I think it's over. Unless it just has like a way to Shadow Meld and Fleshcraft, I think it might be done with. Stun, Tagsy just gonna death bolt you down. Just put dots on you, just walk it away. Residual even knows it's over. My goodness. Tagsy just absolutely decimating these boys out of here. Dude, Affliction Warlock is nuts. If you haven't been playing Affliction, now is the time to do it. Now is the time. The return of the Affliction Warlock, boys. My goodness. Damn, they're so strong. Lovely. You know what? I'm actually kind of happy that Affliction Warlock returned. I remember they were kind of sort of okay at the beginning of the expansion, and then they really teetered off. But those dots, pets of the bane of my existence. Honestly, I think it's awesome that Taxi swapped it out the way they did. Like, they changed up the strategy, like, hey, let me summon a pet. I know I'm playing the sacrifice playstyle, but I can do the pet. Kragar, I want to see my man on standby. Grain, hopefully you still have the team ready to go. We got to get another one going here. We got to get Taxi versus Kragar. 1v5 Taxi GG. Got to give him credit. What's up, Wack? Hey, my man. That's one of the best narrators I've ever seen. Dude, why aren't you the official WoW team narrators? I would love to be. I don't think I have that great of a voice, but I definitely get into these duels. Objects are very broken in PvP. I gotta give it, yeah, it's a little strong. I don't want to call them broken because I like the fact that they're good. I also don't think my spec struggles with them too much. But I do like that they're strong because it feels... Unholy Death Knight is another one that I'm happy that is strong. Fear Warrior is strong. Like everything that isn't Arms Warrior, everything that isn't just, you know, Destro Warlocks at the beginning expansion. And then I guess, I like the Demonologist strong, but I feel like they're more meta right now, especially with how one-shotty they are. Kragar, let me know if you're ready. Okay. Okay, we're ready for you. I want to see if he's ready or maybe they're done. Maybe Kragar's like, you know what, we're calling it there. Did you see the Destro survival nerfs? Yes, I did, G. I'm sad. My heart is broken. My heart is broken. I just got my tier for my Destro. And I almost got my 4-piece for survival. And they're nerfing it. Are they nerfing it for the next week's reset? Because if that's so, then I gotta get my 4-piece on survival and have fun with it before it's gone. I gotta do at least a 15 and just destroy that key from bottom up. Yo, Dal, you did a very great talk commentary. Thanks so much. Hey, I'm glad you guys enjoy it. WTF Warlocks? Yeah, yo, HB, they're insane. Election Warlock's built right now. All it is the tricky good luck. Yeah, it's built up. Sorry, but bro, my internet died. Oh, okay. Oh, it's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Not able to play anymore? Or coming back? I'm gonna see if Kragar's coming back or if he's like done for the night. Otherwise, I'm so glad Kragar joined in tonight, man. I loved watching Kragar play and the rest of that team because it brings in the homies. It brings in the homies, man. Without Kragar, we wouldn't have seen that Unholy Death Knight fight a Feral Druid and just absolutely crush it. If I hit the like button, I wouldn't like it. Yo, hit the like button, boys, if you haven't yet. If you guys enjoying what I do on the regular, hit subscribe as well as hit the bell if you are new to the channel and you want to see more content like this. Or next expansion announcements this Tuesday, we're going to be covering the details and everything else. UPTR updates most likely next week because they got nothing this week, which I'm a little sad about, but it's okay. 70 what? 73. All right, Jesus, Grain, do you guys have a group still? Because we could get you guys back in there. We could get Tagsy and Jesus back in here because Kragar's internet died. Or did everybody's internet die over on the EU? Or do we have groups? My boy Arhi? Etiquette one fix. Okay. Let me know if we back. Otherwise, TY for joining. Я думаю, уже в следующий раз. Okay, cool. He said, I think next time. I think basically next week. I think his internet is completely dead. Either way, спасибо за игры. Thank you for joining. Big enjoy. Big enjoy. I'm hoping that'll be like, basically translate pretty well into the Russian. Big enjoy. It's like sounds so broken. Big enjoy. Crane, Jesus, let me know if you guys are ready. We gotta get at least one more. You can't tell me all you boys are done. You can't tell me all you guys are done. By the way, I've enjoyed the hell out of these duels. I've been having such a good time. Grain, ready to go. Jesus, let me know if you're ready, bud. We need a +1 group. Kragar can join in, but maybe my boy Jesus can get back in there. Shake off all that dot, shake off all that rot, and get back in there into the swing of things. Slamming down massive apocalypses on these boys, on their poor souls, setting them into the Shadowlands 2.0. Because, like, what if we are in Shadowlands, but what happens if you die in Shadowlands? You get to send on the Shadowlands 2, the sequel. But then if you die there, you go to Shadowlands 3, the prequel. And then you get Shadowlands 4, the Electric Boogaloo. Great stream, bud. Big enjoy, man. Big enjoy. Affliction 1 healing is absurd. Face the rogue warrior, Druid paladin is never nervous about losing. Yeah, that drain is incredible. It is really good. Down looking for people. We get Grain with a 5-man. Looks like Team Krager is done. Maybe somebody from Team Krager that has me added, that still is part of that group, wants to make a group. Jesus, I don't know if he has a group put together or not. Let me see. Arhi, hold on. Arhi said he's gonna be okay. Хорошо. Hold on. Russian. Хорошо. I need to write хорошо. Хорошо. You guys get? I didn't realize it was showing up on stream like that. I don't know why. For some reason, it takes the stream from like game to like monitor. But this is basically how I type to the Russian boys. I have to go to this website. Just type in Russian type org, and you can type in like English, and you get Russian. Because I don't have like Russian keyboard set up on my keyboard, so that's how I do it. Shadowlands, Darklands, Nightmarelands, Furrylands. Honestly, that last one is the 9th level of hell, and a feral druid in my guild belongs in there. Does Ali need people? I don't know if Ali has a group. I don't know if Jesus has a group. I have no idea. What's in Nightmare? What is your Nightmare anime, Zafi? Oh, that's a good question, actually. What is like a really good one? I was nervous into the Outlaw. I think Outlaw can definitely do a lot. With the gouges, good big stun. Hey, God is the creator of all things. Jesus is the one. Jesus is the one we need. Yo, Chris, can you tell Jesus, the DK, to put a group together? I don't know if he's ready. Ready? Or are we done? I'm asking Jesus really quick if he's ready or are we done for the night. I don't know if he's ready or not. Maybe he's done for the evening. Because if he's done, we'll need a second group. And maybe the boys in Team Jesus might want to put one together like Kiosk if he makes a group. I imagine he'll be able to get all those Alliance boys in there as well. Potentially. Dude, I'm trying to get tier sets on my ults so badly. I just need to chill and give up for the week, man. I need just to wait until the reset and the catalyst. Because so many of my ults are so close to getting some of the tier pieces. I do need to do like a full LFR run. You need one more? One more needed for Team Jesus, boys! We need one more! Does Ali need people? Yo, Valio, I don't know if you guys got Alliance, but Jesus is looking for more in the LFG. Peep him real quick. Hit that 5, enter, and you're good to go. Let's go, boys. Parallel Assassin Holy. Yeah, I can see Unholy because it's a lot of like CC. Grips kind of ignore the Resolve Trinket. And the damage they do is pretty big. Assass, also big raw damage, and you can cloak. You can cloak, immutable CC, raw damage. What faction Jesus? Alliance. He's Ali. They need one more. Hey, Chris. Hey. Yeah, right. How you doing, my guy? I'm Horde. Maybe 9 to 5. Yeah. Well, we had a Horde group of value with Krager, but Krager's internet looks like crapped out. Yes, really strong. It's gotten a lot stronger. Tier set is really good for them. Some of the buzzs that got it really good. Can't find them. LFG hit number 5, or maybe type in the word Dal. I don't know what the name of the group is for Jesus, but group name? I could ask real quick. They need one more. I could ask group name. Search Dalaran. Okay, so search Dalaran. Yeah, Dalaran 5. If you type in Dalaran, honestly, you guys should add the number 5 in all of them. Like whatever you call it, like Dalaran 5. Do that. Because a lot of people, I keep telling them Dalaran 5.5.1. So look up Dalaran 5.5.1. If you check out custom, type in 5. Make sure all filters are enabled. Enable all the filters. And you should be able to find the group hopefully in Alliance. You need a +1. Or you get it back in there. My dots proc too much. You think so, Spell Warden? Yeah. It's a little dot procs and Spell Warden costed procs. That would probably do it too. Yeah, that would definitely make it pretty tough. Heavenly? I think the power skill rotations but keybinds are the most efficient. Okay, I'm gonna need to make a PvE guide for that, man. Praying the Trinket or Chronomancer next expansion. How about you? Yo, maybe that Evoker is the play. Maybe the Evoker will be able to be the Chronomancer, right? Maybe the Evoker will be able to do that. But Tinker, I would love a Tinker. I think it's that time for gnomes and goblins to rise up and shine in the bright blue world. I think it'd be cool. Group name Dalaran 5.5.1. Okay. You got it. EU Ravencrest. Cool. So the group name is Dal if you guys want to find it. Or hopefully it's a custom too. Or maybe it's an arena? Should be maybe listed in custom, but check arena as well. Just type in 5 in the arena and 5 in the custom. See if maybe something comes up. Once a taxi, ready? Yeah, let's go. Grain and Jesus, let's get back in here. If Evoker is the new class to swap with mates, he wants a taxi, I paid you more. So taxi gotta be Evoker then. I definitely, if Evoker is a new class, I'll definitely play Evoker as well. I definitely want to get into the new class, whatever it is, man. If it's Tinkerer, I want to play it. That might be my new main too, honestly. I'm excited though, either way. Evoker does sound really cool. Imagine like a rogue with mage spells. That'd be dope. Imagine that as the Nightborn. That'd be amazing. Because they literally have like spell blades. Nightborn, that's all they are. All their guards are literally spell blades. They have like melee hits and like zaps of magic from afar. It looks so cool. Oceana plays with a NA, Big Jed. Tomorrow, come in and make an Oshi team. Join for the Oshi team. Oshi can play with NA. I don't think Oshi can play with EU. I think it's the closest to an A. What is Evoker? Apparently there's a new class leak before the new expansion reveal that just came out. You can check out my morning's video. There was a post about it. They got highlighted, or I guess spotlighted by the red shirt guy because he really liked it. He thought maybe it was somewhat credible, or at least he thinks it sounds realistic. So I talked about it in today's video, the morning's video. You guys should peep it. Give it a thumbs up while you're at it. Write a comment. Seriously, check it. We also talked about all the other things. Looks like there's cloaks or backpieces being added before the next expansion reveal. That should be really exciting. Very exciting. Alrighty, boys. Twitch. God Team Jesus back up in here with, we got ourselves Kiosk, we got ourselves a couple of rogues in here, we got ourselves some Zizzer, we got ourselves Swine Butcher. Oh, normal dwarf with the paint. Oh, it looks so good. Normal dwarf. I guess the Dark Iron Dwarf is the only other one. Then we also got ourselves a Witcher in here versus Team 1. We got ourselves Astral. We got ourselves Fake Tags in the back. We got Lucifer. We got ourselves Beggar. And we got ourselves Telrion. Ooh, I like that Mog from Beggar. Is it going to be Astral first? Looks like versus Kioska. Hits him with the AoE Fear. But the Chimeric Poison does swap over to him. Astral trying to go for that Resolve Trinket to give himself immunity to CC. Kioska is going to try to see if he can escape him as best possible. Astral taking a bit of damage from the dots of Kioska. Looks like he's able to stay on him as best as he can. At least got some sort of dots into Kioska, but Astral's health isn't doing all that good. Got himself full Dark Glare, full dots ramped up, but Astral is in a tight spot right now. Looks like Kioska, with the damage he's done so far, has been able to do pretty well. I think went for a faint death. He got the minimum amount of dots and he hadn't fainted it so far. Just got himself the tar trap for Astral. Just trying to kite him out on cooldowns, I guess. Astral did use his 3-minute Resolve Trinket, which gives him basically permanent immunity for a while. Quick Fear into Kioska doesn't last so long. Interrupted Astral. I think it might be over. Seed Pod does get him, but the man does leave on a Seed Pod. Unfortunate. Kioska's still taking out the Seed Pod either way. Man, that was unfortunate. I think Astral tried to go for a big setup. He went for his Resolve Trinket, and Kioska literally just lined aside. He was like, nope, I'm not even going to play it with you. Beggar going to be up next as an Assassination Rogue. Looking to see if he can skulk around, step it over towards Kioska. Doesn't get Kioska to drop down on any traps whatsoever. Beggar just swinging around the corner with a cheap shot. Most likely with a kidney shot right after. Definitely needs to land those kidneys whenever possible. That's an extra bit of bleed. It's going to benefit his damage output. Beggar just gonna go get some call points off of the pet just to make sure he has the most amount of dots versus Kioska. Get a shot. Is that gonna be a potential Vendetta? No, just a shiv. Trying to go for a bit of normal damage, but that's still a lot of damage versus Kioska. Kioska just melts each of those dots in a single kidney shot. Faint dead by Kioska. Just gonna go for Manic Better. Just Beggar with that evasion does get himself a shot of meld. My goodness. Beggar got a lot of damage. That kidney shot while playing Necrolord with a shiv just does so much. That's gonna be Kioska trying to see if he can tag him. Wait, what the? Kioska with the biggest grenade into a kill. Did this man play tier set? Did he just get the biggest bomb in the world? Oh my goodness, Kioska. What is that damage? I didn't expect that. That was just a big old kill shot. Just right through the chest. Oh. It's like Van Helsing style. Spiked him. I messed up so bad. You're all good. You actually had such a good kidney shot, my guy. You did so much damage there. I feel like it's like I didn't even realize Kioska would have that much damage, to be honest. I didn't expect that. But looks like he's gonna try to see if he can kite away from Telrion, who did burn a Blade Storm, got himself a lot of rage cooked up, but needs to find a way to get back next to Kioska. Does not have a way to stun him, so it's gonna be a bit of an interesting setup for Telrion. And that's gonna be not Chimeric Poison, look like maybe potentially Chimeric on him for a second. Kioska exchanging back to Telrion. That's gonna be that Aegis Trinket. It's gonna help him from that explosion from the Death Chakram as it's burning the shadow slashes into Telrion's skin. Dalaran with a quick fear, has reflect in case there's a freezing trap waiting for him. It looks like now Kiosk will be able to freely cast down a freezing trap. Kyrian are ready to go. Look at the determination on this warrior's face with a banner flying up high, but Kiosk does get to reset completely. And Kiosk is going to swing around the corner again. Kyrian got himself a shadow and throw, looking to break through at shield, but is unable to. Definitely needs to make sure he always has a target for bloodthirst and raging blows. Shatter and throw. Kiosk trying to go for feign death. His shield flesh guard still on him. He doesn't have the animation of flesh guard on him, but the shield is still on him for sure. Just arm to Kiosk. Doesn't really need weapons. It's going to be a flesh guard trying to see if he can get the hunter back over to Dalaran, but it is going to be at least a little bit of a flesh guard established. Did Dalaran just shadow melt? He may or may have not. It's hard to tell. It's such a faint little ability, but look, he expected something weird for a second. Reflect out for Dalaran with a blaze start to follow, trying to see he might be able to immunity CC. Going to be big out start to follow right after. It's going to be freezing trap stopping him as the death chakram connected, but it looks like the death chakram does end up does just disappear whenever it's on the target. Then you hit him with the freeze, I guess, to make sure that the CC isn't broken for PvP. Getting dotted up, Dalaran trying to keep some pressure rolling versus the pet. He is getting whittled down little by little. That pet put in a mortal wound on Dalaran, disrupted some of the self-healing potential. Steel trap and those dots scorched through his veins, the poison, the surfacing, the grenades, shrapnel, just kind of bleeding him out or doing a bit of that fire extra burn damage. Kiosk has plenty of those dots and plenty of ways to just keep Dalaran at bay, to whittle him down over time. Dalaran with the blaze storm does get himself wrecked. That's going to be reflecting in case things go bad. That's going to be Kiosk trying to see if he can deny any kind of reflect. Freezing trap does drop down. Freezing trap in the last second. Might have put himself in a bad spot. There goes the turtle shell with a manic advantage as Dalaran jumps towards the fly, jumps towards the bug pet, and trying to see if he can blast right through it. Kiosk named this pet. Would he name it BFA? Because BFA was pretty buggy. More buggy than Anchorage, let's be honest. Kiosk with the flesh guard trying to get himself a bit of a recuperated situation. Dalaran could potentially go for flesh guard of his own. I think might get a fear where Kiosk could disarm onto the hunter for a second. I think it's going to be Chimeric poison rolling through Dalaran, or that there was a puddle. But he does pick Chimeric. Haven't seen music though. Reflect is up, gonna be a stun. Dalaran trick us out of it. It's gonna potentially maybe get a freeze trap out of Kiosk and try to see if he can avoid as best as possible. Gonna be friends with regen. Kiosk does end up getting the freeze as Dalaran charges out, ready to strike and get it frozen in the pose. His neck doing kind of a weird thing though. Where's Athaman? Yo, I miss Athaman too, geezers. Athaman is a mythical beast. We thought he existed. Athaman, I don't think ever actually existed doing these duels. I think it was a figment of our imagination. Or maybe Athaman is the spirit of duels. He's the spirit of valor. Spirit of the glory that you earn when you enter the 5v5 1v1 dueling arenas. And we need more glory, we need more honor in order to be able to summon him back up. Once he returns, he's going to be a glorious god. Reflect out for Dalaran. Kiosk taking a bit of pressure, not dropping down freezing trap. Trying to be extra careful whenever he drops down freezing trap. And Dalaran does get frozen yet again. So far for Kiosk, playing this pillar has been advantageous, but if anything, Kiosk basically is forcing Dalaran to play around the pillar. Because Dalaran, he knows that Kiosk is just going to dot him up. He can't really go anywhere. He basically just has to be extra careful with the freezing trap. He has to play more of the mind games, maybe delay the freezing trap, reflect until a little bit later. Chimeric poison, Dalaran silence for a second, reaches some of the damage and the healing he has, but Dalaran is not going to get disrupted. Got himself big recklessness. Kiosk going to be in big trouble. It's going to be a stun on Dalaran. Is he going to be in back trouble? It's going to be a big heal. Oh, kill shot, but Kiosk is just getting rampaged by the chakram. Just getting butchered. Lucifer trying to see if he can swing around the corner, potentially go for a stun. Does he get Kiosk out? He does! As well as the slime pet, as well as the normal pet. Gonna be a steel trap down, and Lucifer is gonna have to find a way to get his pets over there versus Kiosk. He's picking up the eyes in case there's a camo. I guess he's just trying to deny Kiosk and he kind of reset. Trying to get some slows on the pet. Maybe can get a slow on the hunter as well. Kiosk looking to interrupt. Lucifer doesn't interrupt on fire, but it does let Lucifer get himself a full pet set up with the Tyrant. Needs to get himself another pets in there. Just to maybe have himself another Fel Lord around the corner. Knockdown, maybe a second Felguard. I don't know if he's playing a normal Felguard actually. Trying to get himself a Soul Rod versus the Hunter. The pet's able to stay in Kiosk a little bit, but Kiosk is trying to avoid him as best as possible. That's going to be Vile Fiend, Fel Lord, Felguard, Wrathguard, and I think there was a Demon Dog. Literally another demon, random dog joined in. Gonna be Demon Dog as the fell Dreadstalkers joining in. As Lucifer trying to get some of those Demon Bolts into Kiosko. Needs to go for a big Soul Rod. Trying to go for a bit of a drain. Stun onto Lucifer. Does have himself the Resolve Trick. Gonna be a wall getting used up. Kiosko is actually under a ton of pressure from all those pets. Mordecai getting set up. Fear to follow. Does Lucifer have any big damage? He needs to get this pets into Kiosko as soon as possible. Kiosko does pick himself up a heal in between of that CC. He does get himself Exhilaration. Gonna be Dreadstalkers joining back in. The Wrathguard trying to see if he can get some damage out. Those pets by themselves are doing quite a bit of work towards Kiosko. He needs to make sure that those pets are staying on the Hunter. Looks like the Wrathguard getting pulled back at the last second, but Kiosko grenades it. Another Felguard joins in. Quick stun to Kiosko. As more pets getting summoned up. I think he might have went for a Feign Death last second. The Imps did spawn in either way. That's going to be Vilefin joining in. Turtle shot for Kiosko. Lucifer got himself a nice setup for Kiosko. Is actually surrounded by these pets, and these pets are doing quite a lot of work. Kiosko is going to have to make a move. He's going to find a way to disengage from the pets, get some damage into the Warlock. He needs to stop focusing on the pets and put some pressure into the purple class. Death Chakram on Lucifer. It's gonna have a big explosion. Lucifer real low on health. Does Kiosko maybe have big damage? Stun into Kiosko. Lucifer looking for a bit of that recovery with a drain. Stun onto Lucifer. Potentially could be enough damage. Kiosko, I think, he's just giving it all in. Big kill shot. It's gonna be Seed Pod. As long as there's no CC onto Kiosko, he should be able to bust with Seed Pod pretty quickly. And Kiosko is still trying to fight through it. Does he get it? Almost doesn't get it. He almost didn't get it. I'm actually surprised with fake Tagsy. Gonna be the last one left. Trying to see if he can stop Kiosko's reign. 28% dampening, 9 minutes in the duel. Almost 10 actually. If Athaman was a symbol of valor, wouldn't it be Horde and honor? Well, you can still earn honor in the duels. You can still earn honor, glory, and valor. It's all the good things that a warrior may be able to earn from combat, from battle. Kiosko just staying in there. That's gonna be the Incubus joining in with a interrupt onto Tagsy. As dots are rolling in on Kiosko. Tagsy does need to get himself a better setup. I think actually literally ignored and immune the Steel Trap with the Resolve Trinket. Is that what that was? Interrupted on Nature. Quick Fear. Quick Drain. But it's going to be Feign Death for Kiosko. Fear by Tagsy. Another drain to Kiosko. Lots of healing for Tagsy. And another drain to follow. Kiosko does get himself Exhilaration. The Incubus is going to slow down Kiosko. Dots is still rolling in. He wants to be very, very careful when he uses Feign Death. There goes the Feign Death. As the Dark Blade extends all those dots. Kiosko, again surrounded by these pets. They're just not letting him go anywhere. Mordecai, Tagsy able to set up a UA. Stun into Tagsy. Payment ratios out of it. That's going to be Death Shock between Tagsy and the pet. It's going to do a bit of damage. Kiosko is under a ton of pressure. Trying to go for medic bandages as the Dark Blade disappears. The Incubus staring at Tagsy. Cannot get back to him. That Steel Trap keeping him in place. Got his hooves caught in a trap. Big haze mode for Tagsy. He's got himself Dark Soul stability rolling in. All the pets are dotted. Kiosko could be in trouble. That's a lot of haze buff. Got himself a camo, but the pet is dotted up, unable to catch himself a lot of healing, but at least able to avoid tags as best as possible. There is optic. It makes things hard for him though. Big drain. Does Kiosko go down here? Barely nailed. I think it's just like all in. Just trying to see if he can end the duel. Gonna be a quick Feign Death. Get himself a bit of damage. Tagsy with a drain. I think it might be over. Medic better last second, but it does break. Feign Death. Oh, he's trying to go for a first aid. Also breaks. I think it's over. Oh no. Just dotted and rotted. Ooh, Residual kind of starting off really early next to Tagsy. Somebody needs to let Residual know, like, yo, I love you. I love when we're watching you duel, but like, can you start at the beginning of the arena, away from the guy you're about to duel, not right next to him? I guess, yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably best. I think Tagsy might be fine though, but we'll see. Maybe this early opener by the Rogue does give him that advantage. Residual with the early Cloak of Shadows, trying to see if he can catch up to fake Tagsy as they got Soul Shape, just looking to get away from the Rogue as soon as possible. Mordecai is not available, could maybe go for a port, try to get some dots under the Rogue, a big gateway. Does Residual have a way to reconnect? That's going to be a big drain for Tagsy. Lots of healing. Residual does go for a Shadow Move for a second. Tagsy continues to use Drain Life as much as possible. Health funnel towards the pet, trying to keep the pet alive and healthy. Residual just continue to burn the damage into that pet. Tagsy is swinging around the corner, getting more dots onto Residual, continue to drain and just literally siphoning from him. Literally mosquitoing out health from him. It's going to be Residual dotted up though with the Succubus. Oh, Shabara? Trying to control Residual's mind with a quick seduce. Are you just as tall as Shabara? You're tall and like proportionally bigger than Shabara. Shabara's like tiny proportionally. Is that just maybe a glyph for Tagsy? I thought those things were massive. Wait, Shabara dead maybe? Oh no, it's just swinging around the corner. It's still in the game. It's got all these arms and its weapons. Blasted out Residual with the damage. Residual might just be able to take it out though. Getting a shot onto the pet. I think he might be able to take it out. Looks like it's going to be a quick, fresh new Syad summoned up by Tagsy. Got himself an Incubus and Residual looking for that reset. Potential sap on the pet before he goes invis. Maybe. That's not a bad idea. Residual does get a sap. Taxi should be aware. This rogue is going to go. Picks up the eyes ahead of time. Maybe Mortical to meet the rogue. Does get away from the ambush. Rogue wants to go, no cheap shot, just wants to go for the kidney shot. Kidney shot, especially with the result ticket, definitely worth it. The Incubus comes around the corner. Residual trying to see if I can bottle away from him. Gonna go for that flash cap to immune CC for a second. It should give him a little bit of immunity. That's exactly what the rogue wanted. Mortical as the immunity falls off. Fear by Taxi. Trying to get some dots on Residual. Do they have the line of sight? The rogue does not have a cloak of shadows, so this could be a pretty big go by Taxi if they have all the dots on the rogue. Trying to go for a bit of drain. This could be the go for Taxi. Do it though. Do it. It's going to be away, going to reset up another drain. I think he's just trying to maybe prolong the damage. Versus Rogue, the Cloak of Shadows is the backup. Maybe that's what Taxi is trying to be careful of. It's like, you know what? I think the Cloak is coming back up very, very soon. Going to be Taxi breaking out of the kidney shot, avoiding resolve shrinking, trying to get the damage versus Residual. At some point, should be able to burn the Rogue Cloak of Shadows. It's going to be a health funnel just to get the pet back up and active and healthy. Porting next to Residual, potentially could be getting a shot out of the rogue. Does go for a shot him for a second, trying to avoid these dots as best as possible, just staying in stealth. And Taxi should have the Incubus joining back in there. Blind onto the Warlock. Residual should be able to take down the Incubus. Potentially, they might have enough damage here. If they can eliminate the pet out of the game completely, that just might be more a 1v1 versus Taxi, unless they have a resummon available. The pet is down for the count. Taxi with a Mortal Coil, trying to go for a quick summon Syed. Residual trying to interrupt it, couldn't quite do it. And these pets are back up to annoy Residual. Has a Cloak of Shadows in case things go rough. At some point, Residual, I think, is just gonna have to go for a big go versus Taxi. He needs to find a way to get out a full Dark Pact shield out of him. Wait out the shield, then go in with big damage afterwards. Kidney shot, does Taxi use it? There it goes. Residual does get himself a reroll, swaps out to the pet immediately. As soon as they see the Dark Pact, I'm gonna back up out of that. He knows that that's what he needs to do. He needs to wait out until the shield is gone and then have a go, because that shield is massive. Taxi will have a wall here, potentially interrupting summon Syed, goes in for a gouge. But I think Residual goes for a reset. Maybe can get a sap on a Taxi. The pet is kind of low. Does Taxi go for health funnel? Does sacrifice the own health into the pet, but at 63% dampening, I think Taxi, whenever you heal the pet at dampening, you have to sacrifice more health to heal the pet. Or is it still like, does it not calculate for that? Because that is a healing denied. That's going to be full burst. Cloak of Shadows not for the rogue. Taxi full damage. Residual munches down here. It's going to be drain life into the pet from afar. Residual just melting. I think it's over. When do you use a cloak? I'm not even sure, but for Taxi, it didn't even matter. 50 minutes, 60 minutes into the duel, boys, and Taxi still kicking it with Swine Betcha. Gonna be up next. I love that wild hammer look they got going on. I love that full red, big dots. Kyrian, what? Okay, I've seen some of you guys say that Kyrian Assassin apparently is insane. Oh no, he's subtlety, never mind. Big damage on Taxi. Actually not giving him a chance. I think it might be over. Taxi got himself a port. Wall was used. Needs some kind of a heal versus Swine Butcher. They gotta need, oh my god, that's so crazy. Crazy man over here. I like that Mohawk. That actually looked insane. For some reason I thought it was Assassination. I guess they didn't say Shadow Blades. Lots of you got to play. I think only one person that didn't is the Warrior. But just about everybody else got to play. That was awesome. Double TF versus Warlock healing. So they have a talent where they stack up drain healing, right? Drain dots increases the damage of a drain. You also have the conduit where whenever a drain does damage, it also put up a hot on you based on how much damage it did. So you have all this talent empowering the damage. You get a big heal from that, and you get a hot afterwards. It's pretty big too. You go for the drain life legendary with the Ender legendary that increases the speed at which you drain. So you get a really quick drain, a really big heal, so you can do a couple of drains back to back, and I think all that stacks up. So it's really, really strong together. And if you get a Soul Rot, every enemy affected by Soul Rot also will have a drain from it. So if, let's say, Unholy DK pops off a pets on you, and you wall, Soul Rot the pets, you can just drain back up to life. It's crazy. It's really, really good. It's incredibly good. Архи. Людей особо нету, все ушли в Крагер и Саджира. Так я не приду. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, хорошо. Друг. Saying, okay, friend. Seriously, why does this thing capture not the game, but my screen? Is this any different? I hope not. Hold on, is this less smooth on stream? It's very similar. I can't really notice the difference. Yeah, okay, so at least it doesn't. Okay. Damn, I keep rolling the wrong screen. Did fat healing? Yeah, that did the fat healing. Could be cool to see Shadow Ellie Boomy. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I know tonight's pizza night. It is, Jay Everett. Have you had a taco pizza? It's amazing. I've never had a taco pizza. I've never really thought of putting taco and a pizza together. Wait, is this a pizza with taco toppings, or is it a taco with pizza toppings? Because a taco with pizza toppings sounds like flatbread, and that sounds delicious. But if like a pizza with taco toppings, I'd be willing to give that a try. I never had a Jay Everett. What's up, John? I'm my man. Would love to see Shadow Priest in these duels. Yo, maybe tomorrow? Maybe we can get like a priest main. We need Ambani to join these, man. Does somebody got an Ambani on BNet? The Nightfall Lego makes it so it consumes the mana. True, true. That Nightfall Lego does make it so you... Wait. For Warlock? I think the base Nightfall ability did that, but maybe it's the Nightfall Lego that does that. I think Nightfall Lego added stats, but I could be wrong in that one. It's been I don't play a lot of Nightfall Warlock myself. I almost try to avoid it for PvE. A Shadow Priest playing these duels? I would love to see some Shadow Priest at some point. I'd love to. No. Прости. След, надеюсь, собираю всю ночь, иди, ребята. Надеюсь, следующую шую. Shoe or shoe? Shoe or shoe? It makes no difference for you guys, but it makes... I think shoe... Shoe. F. I don't. Russian. You. Ne de lu. Man, my Russian's so bad. I'm basically trying to say to Arhi, hopefully next week. Smiley face. But Delu, I don't remember Russian. I'm trying to say week. I don't remember if it's a letter sh, like shore, or sh like shoe. It's a different like sh sound. Shore, like sh or sh. Make sense? I don't know why I'm speaking Russian here. My goodness. That's what I literally get hung up on, is which sh sound is it? Russian is a lot of those, man. Hey, there's a Russian letter that's like not a sound. It's just like, it makes the letter before it softer or harder, whatever that means. Billy Madison, today, Junior. Exactly. Exactly. I can't tell him at all. Yeah, I gotta give it a try, Jay Everett. So, is it a pizza? With taco toppings, or is it like a flatbread type of taco with pizza toppings? Either way, I'd like to try it. I think it'd be awesome. I feel like besides depending on how many targets hit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I wouldn't know at all. So Tagsy's here to help us out. How do you decent part of the streams and put videos on YouTube? Yeah, how do you descend what parts? How do you decide? It depends. Like, I watch them back, and if I enjoy watching it, I put it up. If I don't have fun watching it, I'll put it to the side and I'll come back to it later. So I take the duels and I'm like, oh, I love that duel, but put that on the front and put the rest of them in the back, and I'll look through the ones on the back later. Be like, you know what, that's actually a pretty decent clip. But then there's some that are just like, you know what, I really disliked it. I just will not want to see the light of day. Scott said, okay, I might have, okay. Indiana USA does the pizza with no pizza sauce. It said taco toppings and taco meat, lettuce and crushed Doritos. Oh, that actually sounds kind of cool. Indiana, yo, Jay, I gotta try that. I'm actually not against that. I think I thought you meant like a flatbread with like pizza toppings. That I thought was delicious, but like a full pizza with the taco toppings, that sounds like fun. Domino's doing nice cheeseburger pizza. Really? So cheeseburger pizza is just, I like pickles, but like pickles on a pizza sounds weird to me. But then again, I'm the kind of guy that likes pineapple on pizza. So I'm already weird, you know, it's fire. I gotta give it a go. I'm not against it. Sure, exactly. Oh yeah, stigmatism actually tell me which letter it is. It's the sh, the shoe one, the shoe sound, not the shore sound. So that's the one. Yeah, but I already sent Archie a message. But I smiley faces like as well. Nightfall Fiction more like you cannot kill them, period, if they got full CDs. Honestly, didn't even try. They are really, really good. Cheeseburger pizza tastes like sourdough jack, to be honest. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Sourdough jack. It's fine, bro. Domino, yeah, you gotta try the Domino's one at some point then. If they do a nice cheeseburger pizza, maybe I'll give it a go. It's just the cheeseburger pickle I love, but a cheeseburger pickle on a pizza, in my mind, I just can't put those two tastes together. But maybe like the toppings gotta be right, and then it'll be just fine. So maybe I'll give it a go at some point. I always want to explore other foods. I always want to try new things, but I usually like stick to like what I know, what I like, because I'm like, okay, well I know I'm gonna enjoy it, but I really should try new stuff. It doesn't taste like pizza, it's just like a burger. Okay, well that might be interesting. That actually might not be that bad. Also, does anybody else put jalapeno on their burger? There's this place local, and I usually do like it's like a big old patty, like a smash burger type, right? So it's like one of those like retro places that makes you think of like the 60s. That's like the whole theme, and everything's like 60s. And they do like smash type of burgers, like the it's like the press, but they look meaty, they're big, they're like really chunky. They don't like they look like just a big chunk of meat. So they do it with lettuce, tomato, cheese, and I put jalapenos on that thing as well, with pickles. Sometimes with pickles. But am I the only one? It's great, 12 a.m. now. I know, right? The pickles goes well with cheeseburger sauce and burger meat. It tastes like burger though. Yeah, okay, then I'll need to give it a try then. I'll give it a go. Have a great night. I'm out. Wife's carrying me through some keys. Let's go, my guy. Jay Everett. Hope you get that KSM, my man, yeah? I'm a PvP scrub with my conduits. Yo, that's all good, man. That's all good. Yo, you honestly hit the 2400, get your condies. You know what I mean? Easy. Or if you go like 20s, I think 20s might actually be easier for like the achievement or 3K score. But you know, if you got KSM, you could get to 20. It actually is not that much different. It is a little harder, but not as hard as you think it is. It's much easier this season. Australia will put large slices of pineapple on hamburgers. Really? A pineapple slice on a... That might be really good. That might be really good. I never tried those two together. I can't even imagine in my head what that might be like. But that might be really cool, like a Hawaiian burger style. 2400 set? Yeah, it's 2400. That's not bad, is it? That should be pretty easy, especially with rating gonna get inflated over time. Like getting 2400. Yeah, that's 2400. That's it. You could probably do it, honestly. That actually might not be. It's gonna get inflated too. So like 3s or 2s, whatever you do. I think 2s will be really, really easy, especially as the season goes on. That season was so easy. I wish I played it on my own. This season is gonna be even easier. Definitely going to be even easier. I thought it was 2100, so RBGA could get it. Honestly, they should make it 2100. They should lower it down to like, I don't know, 2700 for Mythic Pluses. Jail and Mythic, I think it should be fine. And they should be like 2100, honestly. Just because people want their condies. Or maybe add another item that gets you basically the same level, but at 2100, right? You're like, you know, 2700, you get like the condi level below the 278, right? So at least you can get like pre-Bis Condi. So at least it'll be like, well, at least a progression method of sorts. Chicken or just ammonia to arenas. You could also hit 2400 arenas. If you hit 2400 arenas, you also get the item. It'll be free in a month or two. Basically, yeah. I'm thinking of pushing to 2v2s to 24. Any more games? I think we're done, Grain, but I appreciate you so much for joining. I think it's that time of the night, 7:22, where we're basically out for the night. Bro, I still have so much coffee left here. I barely had coffee today. I'm literally playing off of the hype of the games. I normally don't have this much energy, but I've been enjoying these games so much, dude. I've been excited. Make full hero clear. 950 KSM give full conduits. You know, I think it's a topic for discussion. Because at the end, I don't think conduits, like the way Blizzard looks at conduits is like it's part of the gearing system. The way I look at conduits, they're not really part of gearing, they're more like power to the class kit. And I feel like having a way for people to be able to grind towards the best conduits, it's probably a good thing. You don't need the highest animal conduits technically to like do content. But like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a big like gating system. I feel like there should be a way to get max level conduits for alts and mains. Like a way to grind it out. Kind of like what they had with Corsair, but like maybe less grindy than that. 2400 World 20s or full Mythic Raid account wide. Yeah, Mythic Raid is going to be, I think, one of the more difficult ones. I think getting all 20s or getting 2400 is honestly easier. I'd be okay if they brought it back, if they brought it down a little. I'd be okay if they brought it down. Like, you know, 21... Like, I feel like they should keep it to like 2400 to all 20s or Jailer. Keep the item. But add another way for you to like grind through it. For players to like put the time in and get the conduits over time. You know what I mean? Like maybe get it from the weekly vault. Right? Maybe from the weekly vault you'll be able to like exchange those tokens for a conduit of maximum level. So that'll be equivalent to gear. So you're like, oh man, I didn't get my item, best install items, but I can get a couple max level condis now. That's best installed for my class. Let's do that. I think that'd be an awesome idea. Now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I went through 2 copies during the Druid duel. Did you really? Yeah, what was those 2? It's a 10-minute just running circles. I actually enjoyed that duel a lot, the Poltergasm. I felt like that duel went by so quick because I enjoyed just watching the Death Knight just put the Druid under pressure. And just like, is this Druid gonna survive? That's how it was for me though. But boys, thanks so much for popping by. Appreciate so much watching. You guys, yo, hit the thumbs up for the videos that we put up on this channel. Hit the thumbs up for the stream, even though we're ending. It helps out tremendously if you haven't yet. If you're new, watching towards the end, haven't hit subscribe, haven't hit the bell yet, you're here anyway. You might as well if you haven't yet. But for everybody that did, you guys are beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. You guys are wonderful, super fun to hang out with. Tomorrow, we got NA duels. Possibly someone big during those NA duels. If the right people show up, this could be really fun, really interesting. I don't think you want to miss it. If the right people show up, no, I don't want to clickbait you, but if the right dude shows up with the right build and a right composition, and we have the people, this could be massive. This could be interesting. Blow your socks off. Thank you much for coming by. You guys have a good one. And I'll see all your boys in the next stream tomorrow. Alrighty? Alrighty, boys. Peace.